Press space bar to toggle.
Okay. You do get a custom cursor of some kind, but this almost seems like a console thing that doesn't seem necessary here. Give me like some wizard. Yeah, I wonder, of all the things, what would the cursor be for Harry Potter? I guess it could be like a wand. That's always interesting to think about. Like for Yu-Gi-Oh! Is the Millennium Puzzle, or Pokemon, it's like a Pokeball with like a little light coming out of it, which isn't really that good, but... Menu reader that reads text, buttons, and other elements aloud. Menu reader voice. Camera shake 1. Now, is there a difficulty setting is the question, because not only is it a first playthrough permadeath, but if there is a high difficulty setting, I'll choose it by default. Toggle aim mode. Enable this to change spell aiming from a hold to a toggle. So what is it on now? Enable it to change it from a hold to a toggle. Okay, so right now it's a hold. I guess I'll just leave it. Certain spells can use a toggle control scheme. Turn this on to enable or disable it. Switch sticks, aim. Okay, there's no sticks, dude. Yeah, this almost seems like it's more meant for console. Reconfigure the gamepad. There is no gamepad, dude. It's a keyboard. Camera dead zone. Increase, decrease the dead zone for the camera stick on the gamepad. Stop saying gamepad. Game controller. Cursor sensitivity. Of course, the better player you are, the higher it should be. The better your aim is the old philosophy. I guess it was on 1. That's fine. Audio visualizer activates or deactivates the audio visualizer, which uses on-screen icons to indicate audio events. Audio visualizer icon key. There's nothing there. Oh, well, it'd be cool just to see, I guess, what these are. Hidden object nearby, like an alert thing. Cast a spell. Beast roar. Running water. Negative interaction. Loot hit. Footsteps alert. Destructible door. Stealth detected. Oh, there's gonna be a stealth system? Oh shit, that makes it seem like they're really going in the open world direction, like just beast awareness, ambient conversation. Wait, does that mean I don't get to see those though? Those seem kind of cool. Audio visual activates or deactivates the audio visualizer. Oh, I guess you'll still see stuff on the map. That's just so you would see it when you hear something. I get it. Transparency of visualizer icons. That's kind of a unique mechanic, I guess. Mini-map pathing. Activates or deactivates the guided path on the mini-map. I mean, I'm more inclined not to use stuff like that, but whatever. I'll just keep it default. Unless there's something really weird. High contrast text is off. Can you show me an example? If, like, it changes the color of the bar, but it doesn't really... Whatever. High contrast gameplay. I'll just leave it. Man, I just want to see like a title screen, dude. It's really, or it's just gonna start the game right now. Claim your rewards. What is this? A multiplayer game? Link your Harry Potter fan club and Warner Brothers account to customize your game and unlock exclusive rewards. Brings your Wizarding World identity, including wand and house. Oh, there is some kind of RP game like that, I guess, already. Link some key accomplishments to the Harry Potter fan club. Linking is optional and does not affect gameplay. Give sign in. Claim online rewards. You may score the Scottish skies. Oh yeah, that was one of the best things that Rowling did for the movies, was she demanded that everybody in the roles be like actual British actors, right? So that did a lot for, because it could have easily just been anybody else, and there were some cynical ideas, I think, about them doing that. You may soar the Scottish skies on the back of this graceful black hippogriff mount. So there's going to be mounts. I don't even know that much. I guess I thought you would use your broom like they do in Quidditch and stuff. That Quidditch game is actually so anticlimactic. Like, if you really watch that scene, just focus on Harry. He's sitting there the whole time and he does nothing until like the very end. He's literally just sitting on his broom. And then obviously Snape saves him from whatever Quirrell. New mounts are accessible in the gear menu after the hippogriff is unlocked in the main quest line. Hardware benchmark. Okay, check the settings. Medium. I mean, I guess I should take its word for it, but... Oh, there is no just straight up full screen. 1920 by 1080. I mean, I guess I won't fuck with it. You know what? For once, I'll just deal with it, because... some of these optimizations are shitty. You're really trying to tell me it's medium? I guess it is a brand new game, which I don't normally play, but should at least be high. Maybe not ultra, obviously. I hate this emphasis on the controller. They're really making it seem like you're meant to do that. Okay, do I really want to look through all this? Let's just see if there's something that really catches my attention. How about you start with the title screen first and then let me do all this? Why is this like I'm setting up Windows for the first time where it has to go through and ask me my country and all these kind of things. Display subtitles, yes. Mute all, no. Sometimes the sound effect volume should always be lower, right? Because it ends up being too loud. But I'll just leave it. Home cinema. I mean, technically I use headphones, but I'll just leave it. I don't know how that affects it for like the stream and stuff. Controller rumble. Oh my god. How many references to the controller can you possibly have? Did you know this game's on console? Yeah, fuck it. I'll just play it on Xbox and maybe, well, you know, that was something we heard about a while ago, like cross-play. If you buy it on Windows 10, Windows 11, you can play it on the Xbox or whatever, like some Microsoft integration. I don't know whatever happened to that. So if I wanted to, could I just like transfer this to... I wonder how that works with anything. Or maybe that's only for like Microsoft specific games like Halo and stuff. Would make more sense. Right, so this is all the stuff we already saw. I don't know why. I guess it starts you with that. Oh, that's actually a genius idea. It starts you with this in case you really do need this feature. You wouldn't have to go looking for it in the menu that you can't use. That's actually the first time I think I've seen that. Yeah, just go in the menu that you can't see to activate the setting that would help you be able to see it in the first place. Incredible. EULA, the Warner Brothers account, HUD tracking, blah blah blah, show health and magic meter. I mean, it might be more combat focused than probably people would be happy with accepting. Like, I know the series isn't like that at all in terms of the storytelling. Like, if you think about, I mean, even from the first couple of movies that I saw, I only saw the first two. There's very little action. An evaluation of your hardware has been completed. In fact, the first movie has a really brilliant distinction. Here, I don't know how it is in the book, I forgot. But Harry doesn't cast a single spell, aside from riding the broom, which I guess counts. He doesn't cast a single spell the whole movie. Not one. So that shows you that he has like this innate magical ability, but he hasn't yet mastered it or controlled it. Instead of just going to the, you know, most extreme where he's just casting spells left and right. Yeah, he doesn't cast a single spell. That's such a cool minimalistic touch to a movie like that. And the one thing I said that was kind of shitty was at the end, of course, this might tie into later in the series and like why Voldemort can't kill Harry and stuff. But there was like a game theory explanation for what he does to Quirrell at the end. Spoilers for the first movie, because even I've seen it, everybody's seen it. But so he's clutching onto the Philosopher's Stone, the Sorcerer's Stone, whatever you want to call it, right? In his thing. And earlier in the movie, Dumbledore says, like, it has the ability to turn something into gold, and it has the ability to turn human skin into, like, dust or whatever, right? And so Harry, the same way he does at the beginning, I almost thought it was intended this way when I saw it, but then he does this stupid cop-out explanation at the end. Oh, it was your parents' love, and that's why. You don't need to explain it that way at that point. Again, even if it ties into the story later as to why it might explain something else. But the simple game theory explanation for that scene could be the simple fact that at the beginning of the movie, Harry's at the zoo, and he accidentally, you know, he has this innate magical power, but he can't control it. So he does it like in moments of distress or whatever. So he causes like the cage to open, and his stepbrother goes inside and gets trapped and is freaking out. So he's not really intending to do that or not fully in control of it. So in that same sense, it pays off at the end where he's touching the Philosopher's Stone, trying to keep it away. He's not trying to use it. He's just clutching it, keeping it away from Quirrell as he's like choking him and trying to grab it. And so in that panic, in that high adrenaline moment, his innate magical abilities come out, and he touches Quirrell on the face, and that causes him to turn to stone because he's like transferring the power of the stone to, it just makes more sense that way, right? To his face. So he's like touching his face with the stone, basically using his magical ability to do it to protect himself. But instead it's like, oh, just the power of love. Like, come on. It's the same result, right? Nothing changes. It just makes more sense and feels more like an actual... Okay, adjust until the image is barely visible. I mean, it's not visible at all to me. Huh. I guess you should always overcorrect a little bit on here until it's barely visible. So it's barely visible to me there, but let's do like that. That's fine. It's not even going to show us the title screen. Just start the game. There is no title screen. The best you get is to see it on Steam. Okay. That's fine, I guess. So maybe I should do like just my brief background. Like I've read the first book, but it was a long time ago, so I've pretty much forgotten it. I saw the first 2 movies, but other than that, I have very little experience with the series. As far as my ideation with mages, I was always like a player who, you know, in WoW, my first main character was a mage. In Skyrim, I play mainly as a mage. In Dark Souls, I played as a mage. Like I'm pretty much, I love mages and RPGs is the whole idea. And so it's very fitting for me. And also, there's sort of like a good psychological explanation for that too. If you look at a fantasy setting, right? It's like kind of low fantasy versus high fantasy. If you see a warrior with a sword and a shield and armor, you could theoretically do that in real life. Now, not literally, but like, oh yeah, Romans had, you know, shields and swords and armor. So it doesn't feel as exciting and fantastical, whereas Magic was always pushing it to the limit. So if you had a choice of classes, I wonder if there's going to be a melee play style in this game. Are there melee enemies? And I kind of doubt it. Professor Weasley, Deputy Headmistress. Yeah, so it's like it doesn't feel as fantastical to choose like a warrior or a knight or something in a universe like that, or a hunter just shooting a bow, things that you could theoretically do in the real world in some respect. Of course, they extrapolate with it too, but with Magic, it's just pushing it to the full end and enjoying the whole fantastical nature of it. So that's why I love mages. We are pleased to inform you that you've been accepted at the Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry as a 5th year student. Do they say witchcraft first because it's like ladies first? That might be an underlying explanation. Term begins on September 1st. Preliminary supplies have been, oh, and they should type it in like all British English too, just in keeping with the whole times of it. Preliminary supplies have been collected for you and will accompany you on your journey to the castle. As you may be aware, the decree for reasonable restriction of underage sorcery prohibits the use of magic for those under the age of 17 outside school. Oh, so that means if you're older than that, you can just do whatever you want. However, due to your unique circumstances, so I'm not even 17, the ministry has graciously agreed to allow Professor Elazar Fig to help you hone your spellcasting ability before they escorting you to London to the castle. Oh, so we're not even there yet. For the start of term feast and the sorting ceremony. Oh shit, are we gonna get to do the sorting hat thing? That would be such a cool way to, it's like almost choosing your alliance or your class in a way. Oh shit, I didn't even think of that in the context of like a character creation menu. You can choose which of the 4. What are they? Slytherin, Gryffindor, and I totally forget the other 2 because they don't really matter, right? At least in the beginning, those are the 2, the sort of the rivalry between, you know, Slytherin and Gryffindor with the heroes and the, what's the guy's name? Draco. Will I be able to create my look? Yeah, they answer that right away. Let's actually make a female character just for the heck of it, actually. That's Hermione, am I right? In the rewrite, retcon. It's just like such an emphasis on things that aren't important. Actually, let's not. Or let's just see which one looks the best. Face wear. Which one do I like the best? You would think they would have some that look more like some of the main characters, but maybe they're deliberately avoiding that. You look so ordinary, like she doesn't even belong here. Everybody has like a weird look to them. Yeah, let's go with her. She almost looks out of place. Face shape. I wonder how the voice acting, you see, that's what games never do, is that they don't account for voice acting for everybody just has the same voice, because they're not going to take the time to do one for every different avatar or appearance. Complexion, freckles and moles. Eye color, eyebrow color, whatever. Voice one, oh, I am
indeed a student, but I could very well be able to help you.
Excuse me?
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
No, I guess I was right after all.
It was wonderful. I believe I'm really going to enjoy this class.
A few cobwebs and some dust. Nothing to be concerned about.
You could do something interesting with that. Select your difficulty. Of course, it's going to be hard. So yeah, my biggest question is going to be like, yeah, where would this take place in the context of the story? Maybe just super far in the past. Oh shit, you have to do a first and last name. Witch or a wizard? Oh, that in itself is somehow probably meaningful, but I don't know. You would think it wouldn't affect gameplay a ton, but this is actually kind of tricky. How many games do you have to put in a last name for? Yeah, what are the other two? Like Hufflepuff, I think, is one. And then, damn, I can't remember. Slytherin, Gryffindor, Hufflepuff. No idea what the fourth one is. It's obviously not particularly important, but I think those are more like benevolent ones, or there for like more comic relief. Whereas Slytherin is always portrayed as like evil and stuff. I wonder if she drew those herself, because they were there very early in the series. So that's like the artistic talent you have to have as an author too. Like if you want to write a Japanese manga, it's not the writing part that's difficult, it's the drawing part. What do I want? Just make it Emma Watson. Why not? Come on. What is a good female name? You actually start off somewhere that isn't even Hogwarts, then you work your way there, I guess, which is kind of weird. It's so weird how they didn't even have a title screen or anything. A demanding gameplay challenge. That's what we're here for. I don't know. What's a good name? What's a good name? It's not like they're actually going to say it. Although they could have some kind of like placeholder thing where they do say the most common name. So they have voice lines for that to fill. Some game did that actually. Like if your name was a super common one like John or Jack or Jill or something, right? They would actually say it because they could detect that and know it. What's something that sounds kind of magical in and of itself? Like Guinevere, something like that. It has to sound kind of, what is like UK names? Baby names in England and Wales. Let's see. Obviously only the first name really matters. Let's see. Main points, blah, blah, blah. Amelia, Olivia, Ava. Oh, we can give ourselves PTSD for the boss that almost ended my Dark Souls. Oh, Willow. That's a good one. Willow is probably a overused one in a lot of stuff, though. Willow. And last names are hard to come up with, too. It has to just sound like something realistic that shouldn't be a pun name. Although, unlike a lot of the names in the series, right? Like Potter. What is... Granger. I don't know if Granger has any magical connotation to it. Okay, come on. What is a good last name? I don't really even care too much. Why can't you just not put a last name? Because I'm sure they'll print it on all the little mail and stuff you get. Although it didn't obviously say anything on that one. Fuck. I used to be pretty good at coming up with like RP type names and stuff too. I don't know. Is that like some publisher or something? Who cares? Yeah, I should have made it the publisher of the Harry Potter books, who I don't even know who it was.
It appears we are almost ready to depart. It's a pity we didn't have a bit more time to spend on spellcasting. I presume you've been practicing the spells we worked on.
I have, Professor.
Well, I'm quite sure I've never seen anyone take so quickly to a second-hand wand. You'll be a force to be reckoned with when you get your own.
Thank you, Professor Fig. I appreciate you working with me before the term begins.
Oh, Eleazar! George! Glad my rather cryptic description of our location did not thwart your finding us.
I've apparated to more vaguely defined destinations than this. Though I confess I may have miscalculated slightly on my first try. Gave quite the fright to some theatergoers in the West End.
It's been much too long. When I received your owl, I must say I...
Best not speak here, Eleazar.
Of course. Why don't we speak en route to Hogwarts? We have a start of term feast and a sorting ceremony to get to.
Wonderful idea. As long as your young charge here doesn't mind me tagging along.
Not at all, sir.
After you.
Ages since I'd been to the castle. Would be good to see the old pile of rocks.
But he was invisible at the beginning, and then the horses are just randomly invisible. Wait, that really hides what you're doing. Hide the horses, and nobody will know that you're flying in the wagon. How about you just hide the whole thing, if that's the point? Because like that thing at the railroad was so poorly concealed, like where they go in the, they just run into the wall, but everybody can see them doing that, or like somehow they don't, but like it's magic or something. I guess I never really thought about it, but even the name is kind of stupid, isn't it? Hogwarts, like a wart on a hog. I guess you just take it for granted, but it doesn't really have to do with it as much as you might think. Somehow I thought we'd start and we'd already be there.
You left for Scotland. Just barely.
And who is your traveling companion?
A new student.
New?
Yes, sir. I'm starting school as a 5th year.
How extraordinary.
It is indeed. None of the faculty has ever heard of anyone being admitted to Hogwarts so late.
Nor have I.
Of course, as the other 5th years will have been honing their magical skills for 4 years now, the headmaster asked if I could get our new student up to speed a bit before the term begins.
Well, you couldn't have asked for a better mentor. Professor Fig is not only an exceptional teacher, he's also a remarkably intuitive and gifted wizard.
Mr. Osric is prone to flattery. I dare say it's one of the reasons he's risen so far at the ministry.
Have you seen this?
I have. Opinions differ as to how great a threat Ranrock really is.
Although I've yet to convince my colleagues at the ministry, I believe he is a significant threat. And it was your wife, Eleazar, who alerted me to his activities months ago.
Miriam? How?
She wrote to me about Ranrock before she died, wondering what the ministry knew about his activities. Before I could respond, I received this. It was the last thing she sent me, Eleazar. It came to me via her owl, but with no correspondence. I can only assume
That she had to get rid of it quickly to keep it safe.
presumably from Ranrock. I cannot open it. Whatever magic protects this is powerful indeed.
It looks like goblin metal. That symbol.
What's the glow?
I don't see a glow.
Nor do I. Merlin's beard. How did you...
Wait. We did.
I didn't even know there's dragons in this universe. I guess I wouldn't even know what kind of enemy types there would be, because all you really see in the first movie is just other wizards, or you see like the unicorn, but that's not even an enemy. It's just getting eaten by something. Oh, so maybe we won't even make it to Hogwarts. That'll be the whole game, just getting there. Like, we get an open world experience. It does lend itself to a lot of cool effects, like, you know, the picture moving on the newspaper and stuff like that. I almost hope that's what it is. You can just kind of wander around the open world.
Are you all right? You're hurt.
Perhaps a bit.
Take this. It's Wiggenweld potion. That stuff will right you in a second.
Gonna be a degenerate potion spammer already? And her whole disposition the whole time has been like she was smiling like way too much. The just in the background, even when she's not even saying anything. You have 3 left.
What happened?
Poor George. I can't believe he... What the hell got into that damn thing? Attacking a carriage mid-air? A typical dragon would never...
Professor? Sir, where are we?
I'm not sure. But that key you discovered was clearly a port key.
Port key?
An item enchanted to bring whoever touches it to a specific place.
I'm feeling better, sir. If you'd like to look around a bit.
I would. But stay close. We've no idea who created this port key. Or why.
Or it could have been your wife, or at least she's the one who sent it. I almost was getting the vibe that guy might turn out to be a bad guy, the Orsic, but then he just dies. Or maybe that's a bait. Maybe he will. And somehow he used magic to escape that. Or he planned it. You can't really jump or sprint or do anything yet. See what other kind of menus and UI we have. Restart from last save, load game, save game. Saving doesn't mean too much unless it crashes. But, yeah, I mean, if we die, we die. So there is no going back. But see, that's the whole beauty of the first playthrough Permadeath format, too, is that you just... Normally, the beginning of a game is so easy that even on hard mode or whatever, it's not that big of a deal. They're not going to throw stuff that really should get you killed this soon. I think it's G to use the heal every time still. Or maybe that was just the first time.
How far did that port key take us?
Farther from London than the carriage travelled. We're somewhere in the Scottish Highlands.
Sir, those ruins. Do you
The
think...
port key was meant to lead us there. I do. This has not been the day either of us expected. But Miriam sent that port key to George for a reason. And I believe that she, and now George, died in pursuit of whatever it was meant to lead to. If you're sure you're all right and wouldn't mind indulging me, I'd like to have a look around.
Absolutely, sir.
Good. Let's see if we can find a path, however faded it may be.
Wonder if it'll let you walk off the cliff. I'm not going to try it and find out, but... That's the one thing
Mind your step.
I never get to see in these, is I don't get to see the game over screen.
Where do you suppose your wife got the port key that brought us here?
A good question. Miriam spent years searching for evidence of a long-forgotten form of ancient magic.
We're not...
Ancient magic?
Yes, a powerful magic wielded by a rare few that seems to have been lost to time.
We're not even a student yet, so...
This castle was built by, and is itself a stronghold of that ancient magic. I don't know where she came into possession of the port key, but I am certain it was to do with that search. Ah, there's the path down below. This way.
And if it was meant to take us to the fort, then why didn't it just take us to the fort? Why did it take us here?
Why was your wife searching for evidence of lost magic?
Miriam wanted to understand why such powerful magic disappeared from the wizarding world. Spoke of the good it could do. But magic is no different than any power. What really matters is the one who wields it.
Destructible environments?
Is that ice?
It's not cold enough here. It appears to be a sort of enchantment. Someone wanted to block this path. Let's see some of that wand work you were practicing. Focus on the center.
Basic cast, new spell unlocked. V to destroy the magical barrier. Now, why does it say V compared to left? Tap left to basic cast. Wait, what is V compared to that then? It's not doing anything. Oh, it just tells you more about it. Professor Fig and I have traveled via portkey to a remote cliffside in the Scottish Highlands. We need to explore the mysterious ruins that we suspect the portkey was meant to lead us to. You have to hold it down and aim for the center. Oh no, you have to not hold it down, you have to tap it, right?
Excellent.
The path to Hogwarts. Okay, it says the same thing. Use your camera to select an active target. I kind of don't like the whole auto lock on aspect, but I guess you probably can't turn it off. That's the one problem. Like, you need like a more free aim action system. Like even Skyrim does that, like where you have to just manually aim the spell. You charge it up and then you don't get to target stuff. Dark Souls has that problem too.
That was a bit rougher than I'd expected.
You can just break it by running it over like I did before. You wouldn't have to waste your magic. That wasn't really much of an attack. It was just like a... I don't even know what it was.
Ah, up there.
We're not using any magic for mobility yet. To just get around easier, to fly or to
We're
even
close now. It's just ahead.
create a path or something.
Steady yourself. Reparo.
Yeah, then why did you make me break that? I guess he's just trying to get me to practice. Since we didn't actually get to go to school. That's hilarious. Not only did I think we would just start at Hogwarts, but not only do we not start there, we never even get there. This will be the whole game, just wandering around, derping around the world.
Almost there.
Or maybe not, but that would be kind of a cool way to do it. And then it just ends and you go in your first class and sit down.
Why would someone have built this here?
I suspect they valued their privacy. That portkey led us here for a reason. Let's have a look around for anything that seems out of place.
So you can just do that indefinitely, like you don't have any... It doesn't take up any mana, you don't even seem to have mana. Or maybe this is just one of those fodder abilities, like a melee swing that's the equivalent of just, you know, when you run out of ammo, you still get some base thing. The mini-map shows your surroundings with you in the middle. This is the current objective. Press and hold V. Okay, we've tried that. Explore the ruins. I almost want to read those more for flavor. You have to hold everything down, except for the spell itself. I guess there's no downside of doing that. So it is going to rely a lot on the targeting system, which I'm not a big fan of. There should be more skill shot type things where you have to hold it down and aim and hit precisely where you want to go. So it works like actual aiming. I don't think I've actually jumped yet. I've just climbed over stuff. Yeah, why do so many games have to rely on that so much? Although I guess it's kind of like an auto-targeting thing. So what would that have to do with the hold or toggle thing? I guess...
Enchanted crystallized stone again. But what could it be blocking?
Yeah, let's do everything else first. Destroy every pot. Oh, this is going to be an OCD moment. Like in Zelda. But there isn't even rupees and shit to pick up so far. Yeah, I don't think I've ever played a Harry Potter game either. I think I played a little bit of the... Yeah, we're actually definitely going to hit him and we'll go down the dark side. The dark path. I like how in the Old Republic, you had that dark side, light side, but you're not even a Jedi or a Sith or anything. You're just some random combat medic. Like how BioWare has the Renegade Paragon system. I kind of doubt this game will have something like that, but... That would be cool. There was something to look at with the actual statue over here. This is going to be a word wall. Teach us a new spell, am I right? Investigate. So let's do this part first, and then we'll do this, and then we'll do the other thing, I guess.
Professor, this statue...
This may have been his home.
I don't know who that is. I don't even know if these are real characters or not, or if they just invent them for the thing. Fig, or the other guy, or Orsic.
Professor, it's a mural of some kind.
Perhaps our host was a noted seer. Interesting.
Playing like some kind of game of cards, tarot cards. Oh, that's all we get, just flavor. And then you have to go look around and find the little ice thing. This game almost makes you think in a way, or at least the potential of it, of Shadow of Mordor, where it's like, it might not be canon. People who are fans of the thing might not like it, like Lord of the Rings, you know, super fans. It's not anything true to the story. It's all just made up stuff, but it's still a really fun, good gameplay experience, right? Just the way you get to explore, and there's a lot of flavor. The way they present the lore is actually kind of interesting. The combat is good. It could be kind of the same thing there. You might say, oh, it takes advantage of the universe or exploits it, but it kind of just gives it a... It could be like just a fantasy thing, right? Like it's some... That would actually be a good way to justify it. Like the whole story in Shadow of Mordor could be like somebody telling somebody a story. So it doesn't have to be true. It could just be like, oh yeah, this is this legend we heard about this guy.
Professor Fig!
Just do what you did last time and tap it open. Explore the ruins. Did I read that? You have to hold it down, but sometimes it doesn't work. Fig and I have traveled via Portkey.
Odd. Why would someone have conjured that enchanted stone here?
And how is there a room behind it?
What room? I don't see anything.
There's that glow again, like the glow on the portkey container.
Oh, so it's establishing that she has the ability to see stuff with magical properties even beyond these people. Which I guess is consistent with the fact that she's skipping to be a 5-year student on her first year.
What in Merlin's name?
Wake the goblin.
Where are we?
I don't believe it.
That's one instance where the thing that's telling you what to do actually spoils what's happening. We didn't even know there was a goblin here, or that it was a goblin. So now it's supposed to be a jump scare. It could be somebody friendly. It could be, you know, it just ruined it. That's what subtitles can kind of do too. So we got 51 coins. Why we would think that would be important right now, I don't know. Yeah, she has some potent ability to sense magical things, like how she was able to open the box, or obviously see through here. Can you like squeeze through little tight spots like that? No, you can't jump over it either. Oh, I guess you can kind of see him over there. Almost seems like you could go down there, but I don't want to take a chance.
Hello?
It can't be. Just a moment. Ooh. Where are we here? Welcome to Gringotts Wizarding Bank. Vault number 12, I presume. Precisely. The key?
Your wife's portkey.
Oh, yes, of course.
Oh, I thought we didn't get that back when we were falling.
This way, then.
Huh.
Stay close.
Is the Philosopher's Stone going to be in there?
After you.
Except he transfers it out before it gets stolen from. That's how, like at the beginning of the movie. Everything I know is just going to be from that.
Inside the cards, if you don't wish to lose them.
It has a good sense of flavor and personality, though. Like even the beginning with that Orsa guy was kind of cool. Oh, this will be like a fast travel mechanic.
Hundreds. In fact,
We're just beneath the main lobby. The vaults you see now are the newest.
Are private entrances to the bank common at Gringotts?
They are most uncommon. Only one with great wealth or power, or both, could have arranged for such a service.
Like the old Half-Life technique to show off
A what?
the environment at the beginning.
That waterfall washes away all enchantments. It's a security measure.
Experienced the thief's downfall before, have you?
Heard of it?
These are the lower vaults that we're passing now.
How deep are we going?
Vault number 12 was commissioned shortly after Gringotts was founded over 4 centuries ago. It resides in the deepest part of the bank. Settle in. We've quite a distance to go.
Oh, that's kind of cool. So they might use that waterfall as a mechanic. Like before you go into a boss, there's a waterfall that washes away all your enchantments, so you can't go in all buffed up and stuff. That'd be hilarious if they use it like that. Just
Vault number.
Vault 12. Momentous day.
On your way.
Just bring an umbrella. That'll be part of a heist mission that we do later to bypass that, I guess. He doesn't seem too happy about it. First time she's not smiling like a clown in the background the whole time.
Professor, the armband that guard was wearing was glowing.
Like the glow you saw on the portkey container?
No, darker. I saw that same glow on the dragon's collar.
Yeah, what was that? We were just wondering about that goblin back there.
He watches over the oldest section of the bank. Rare anyone goes there anymore.
They're doing some illicit thing that he's in on, so she'll be able to identify members of that conspiracy just by sight, but nobody else can. And then you'll maybe be able to make a plot choice based on that.
Here we are.
I think every game is a BioWare game now, where it has to have like some 2 sides that you can choose between.
When was the last time this vault was accessed?
A goblin has been stationed at my desk for hundreds of years. In that time, no one has visited Vault 12 until today.
You see, have the decency to keep it around and not nose around in it and stuff. So even he doesn't know what's in there, I guess.
Vault 12.
Thank you for your help.
You probably should ask questions like, oh, does every vault here have a personal private transportation to it? Because then it makes you look suspicious. Like, you should know what you're doing and what you're here for. And how did he even know by looking at us that we were here for Vault 12? Since they've waited over 100 years. Maybe he just asks everyone that in hope that they might be finally.
What do you suppose we should be looking for?
I'm not sure. Sir, I wonder if you
The
might...
instructions for Vault 12 indicate that I am to grant access to the holder of the key and then close the door.
Wait. Best of luck.
Professor?
That was certainly unexpected. Let me think. There must be something here. Revelio, perhaps.
Revelio?
Yes, a revealing charm. No time like the present. Let's see what we're missing, shall we? Ready your wand and focus.
Revelio. Steady your wand with the mouse, I guess, and guide it along the symbol's path to learn the spell. It's going to be some kind of Bioshock minigame. Press the corresponding input when prompted to accelerate your wand's motion along the path. Okay. I always like these generic takes on an established thing. Like, you know, you have a universe, but then you're just a generic character in it. You're not like one of the lore characters. Unlike, I guess, in Shadow of Mordor, where you are the celeb Rom guy who made the actual ring. And I forget what the other guy's name is, but Park. So I don't get the mouse aspect of it. You hit that. That should count as a failure state. I just died. Game over. I don't really get how the mouse is factoring into this. Illuminati eye. R to cast it.
Revelio. There, I saw something.
Move a bit closer and try again.
That is sometimes a harsh permadeath condition that I do. If it is like a game with a lot of puzzles, like Professor Layton, even something like that could potentially count. Like I lost to the dollhouse puzzle in Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. But obviously this is not like that. We'll just, if we die, we die. Wait, what did he say? Cast Revelio, which I just did. While searching through a ruined castle in the Scottish Highlands, I appeared on... Oh, wait. Is this the same one? No. Happened upon a glowing doorway made of crystallized stone. Suddenly, Professor Fig and I found ourselves in an ornate vestibule. We remain unsure of what we will find. I don't like how young we are, though. But I guess even by that logic, we're still too old to join Hogwarts. But I thought we'd like already be a student there, and then something would happen. It's time for you to graduate, and then you go on a crazy journey.
Revelio. A door.
Well, that's a start. There's that symbol again. I don't suppose you see a way to...
I do, Professor. That symbol has the same glow as the one I saw in the portkey container.
If what you can see reveals the way forward, then I dare say we are about to discover the secret of this vault. Lead the way.
So somehow the mother knew about our gift and that we would be the one to be able to decipher all these things because we can see stuff that other people can't. That was so stupid. I turned around and did it. So like cool witches don't look at spells being cast. It still worked too.
Lumos. This is no ordinary vault. I suspect we will need to earn our way out of here.
What do you mean, earn our way out? Do you think this is some sort of test?
I do. But to what end, I can't say. Stay close. There will be no disapparating if things go poorly. Not out of Gringotts.
I love spells like that, like Candlelight, where it's just like an RP thing sometimes. Although here you kind of need it. I kind of want to explore the rest of this room, but I don't want to risk dying then. It makes you play...
I see something up ahead.
What is it?
That glow again, but on the floor.
Makes me play a bit more against my instinct, which is to just explore every little thing. Completionist combined with hard mode Andy.
What happened?
When I moved towards the glow, it suddenly seemed as if the ground was swirling about.
Are you all right?
Yes, sir, I'm fine.
You seem to have caused the floor to change.
That statue.
What statue?
Oh god.
I see some sort of statue, but only as a reflection in the floor.
The blind playthrough, but it's a blind playthrough for this guy who can't see anything that we can see. Or I guess presumably nobody else could either. Determine how to proceed. I just want to read these for flavor, not even the...
There must be something to that reflection you're seeing.
Oh yeah, we just made it up. We quickly realized that it was empty. I saw a glowing hidden symbol on the door. This is no ordinary vault. We believe we're still in Gringotts, but this is no ordinary vault.
Try casting Revelio, perhaps.
We suddenly found ourselves transported to a vast expanse of darkness. They're gonna tease us with all these spells that we can't use yet, like even the Lumios thing. Revelio, so this is just a basic tap. Just seeing like what we've learned so far. And then R, let's see how forgiving it is. Like, we'll do it like this.
Revelio.
And
I
it'll...
presume this is what you saw reflected in the floor.
It is. The reflection's still there, but the statue's positions don't match. Wait, when you moved, the reflection turned in the direction of the light.
Perhaps you should cast Lumos.
Shit, you ask and you receive. Oh, this is like how you learn spells. I shouldn't be allowed to use a spell if I fuck it up. The mouse part is what kind of annoys me here. It's just like... I don't know, it feels kind of contrived. Lumos. You've acquired a wand lightning charm, Lumos, which has automatically been added to your spell set. Creates a light at the tip of your wand to let you see in the darkness. So you have 4 slots, which is not nearly enough. You need like 10 of those. One to cast it.
Well done.
Now the reflection is turning towards me. It does follow the light.
I thought she would just say, tell him to stand in front of it. Doesn't seem like they're restricting you with resources. Like, oh, you have to... Are you gonna have to fight something now? First mini-boss battle. You. Oh, not quick time events. And yeah, we're the one who's gifted at magic. Now it is on hard, so you got to be a little bit careful. But this is the only attack I have, so you just spam. Oh my god. I do have the potion still. Something got me from behind when I wasn't. Oh my god. What am I supposed to do about that? You know what? No way. No. Don't take a chance. Oh fuck, I used all no cooldown on potions. Degenerate spammer. Objective to move forward. How about we just kill all the things, I would assume? Dude, I don't know how you avoid shit. What the fuck? They like home in on you and just fuck you over. Okay, I'm... What the fuck? It didn't teach me how to like dodge, dude. Regardless whether it's on difficulty, high difficulty or not. Fuck. Did I get another try as a different character? Not really, though. Oh, now you show me. Now I have to die to see the fucking thing. That's so stupid. It didn't tell me how to, like, roll or do anything. Maybe I should get one try per house. Like, so that would have been my Gryffindor character. Assuming it even lets you choose that. I guess I could do like a little different. It still is permadeath, which means if I die, I have to restart. But it doesn't mean that I have to stop the thing. Which is kind of a cheat in and of itself. Right, so it'll take like 10 times longer. Because I'll have to go through the whole thing. But I don't know. I don't know how the rolling and stuff worked. It didn't tell me anything. In fact, like we'll get back to the same spot and I'll die again. Like, where did I miss the whole tutorial on that? Hard. Voice 1.
Quite something.
It was quite something. You are absolutely correct. Okay. So that is sort of cheating my own format, but it just means that... Oh, you can still be a witch there, too. It just means that if I die, I have to go back to the beginning. What? What do you mean restricted words? What, because it sounds like arson? Let me watch before that'll... What the fuck? Why is that restricted, but this isn't? Oh, because it's thinking like arse. Oh my god. Dude, what the fuck? That's my old school. Okay, can I skip this? Yeah, I better be able to skip it. Oh man. That was disappointing though. Normally I would just stop and say, okay, that was the whole thing because that's what I deserve for failing. But I guess this is a good adaptation of it. It means that, sure, you can still keep going, but every time you die, you have to delete the character. So imagine how long that would take. I guess we get to hear the male's voice acting instead. But
take this. It's Wiggenweld potion. That stuff will right you in a second.
And it has no cooldown, so you can just chug 3 in a row, which I didn't realize. What is with the rolling stuff, dude? There's got to be a... It didn't tell me jack shit, I guess because it doesn't expect you to play on hard difficulty. Like, I better look through the controls and practice now.
Poor George. I can't believe he... What the hell got into that damn thing? Attacking a carriage mid-air? A typical dragon would never...
Professor?
There's a lot of things that you
Sir, where are we?
think of as bad, but like...
Sure. But that key you discovered was clearly a port key.
Portkey.
An item enchanted to bring whoever touches it to a specific
Okay, now
place.
let's just get through this quickly to get back to that. Like, dragons aren't normally bad.
Sir, if you'd like to look around a bit.
Goblins aren't necessarily bad.
But stay close. We've no idea who created this port key. Or why.
You can't sprint yet, but I must have missed the tutorial part where they said these things are going to do homing attacks in on you from halfway across the room, and you have to roll out of the way like Dark Souls style, except you don't know how to do that. And I was even hitting like space and stuff was still to jump. Like, what are you doing? I guess you can change that at any point, but just show me the keybinds. Oh god, it wants to show me on a controller. Look right, look left. Okay, those are locked in, that's fine. WASD, shift and jump. What is C? C is to walk. Oh, like RP walk. Mounts. Is there no roll button? I don't even get that. Leviosa. Oh, it's gonna summon. It's gonna spoil some stuff here. Transfiguration, loom, mini games. Maybe there just isn't. Like, where's the roll? Secondary bindings. Choose which controls you would like to prioritize on the UI. Secondary bindings are more compatible with most mice and keyboards. User interface control icons. Which controls you would like to prioritize for display? They can be more intuitive. Secondary are more compatible with... Okay, fine. Yeah, more intuitive, meaning just play on console. Forward, back, left, right, sprint, walk, jump. I don't understand. They kept just rushing me and I couldn't do anything. I probably just had to keep going and complete an objective, but that was like our first real combat experience. It was still on hard, right? That's going to be our commitment, but that is a pretty disappointing first death. Where did I even see that? Hard. Yeah, so it's like there is no... Maybe once you're in the aiming thing, if you... No, because I was trying to do it too. I wish you could skip these too, but...
Port key take us.
Farther from London than the carriage travelled. We're somewhere in the Scottish Highlands.
Sir, those ruins. Do you
The
think...
port key was meant to lead us there. I do. This has not been the day either of us expected. But Miriam sent that port key to George for a reason.
I have to watch that really long...
And now George died in pursuit of whatever it was meant to lead to. If you're sure you're all right and wouldn't mind indulging me, I'd like to have a look around.
Absolutely, sir.
Good. Let's see if we can find a path, however faded it may be.
To watch that super long goblin thing again too. The trade ride. Or maybe you can skip that, but that's more like an active cutscene. Yeah, I'll just run off the cliff.
Suppose your wife got the port key.
Save the suspense.
A good question. Miriam spent years searching for evidence of a long-forgotten form of ancient magic.
I don't really deserve to get another try after this though, so this will be it.
A powerful magic wielded by a rare few that seems to have been lost to time.
Don't you think they should maybe tell you how to dodge stuff though, or maybe you just can't?
What castle was built by, and is itself a stronghold of that ancient magic?
Oh, what the fuck?
Don't know
I didn't even
where
see that on the
it came
thing.
into possession.
That's what I'm talking about. It's control. It doesn't even say that. Wait a second. Am I just missing it? Jump, walk, sprint. How about you don't hide that away? It didn't tell me that at any point in the game. Oh, here we go. Spells and actions. Yeah, heal would be lovely, but that's only with a potion. It's not going to be... Yeah, I want the spell that lets me heal. Lock on is caps lock. I guess I didn't feel that much of a need to really lock on. It was just more so... So dodge is control. That's all I needed. Break free option.
With that search. There's the path down below. This way.
Okay, so we'll go through this again.
But sir, why was your wife searching for evidence of lost magic?
Kind of a moral defeat already.
Understand why such powerful magic disappeared from the wizarding world. Spoke of the good it could do. But magic is no different than any power. What really matters is the one who wields it.
He jumps kind of weird.
Is that ice?
It's not cold enough here. It appears to be a sort of enchantment.
The one thing you can actually see.
To block this path. Let's see some of that one work you were practicing.
Okay, come on.
Focus on the center.
Oh, if I was to target, caps is really not intuitive. You know what it really should be is right click. Can I just actually do that? Go Dark Souls style. Let's see. Although even with that, I changed my controls. What would right click be for if not that? Everything is left. Right click is to aim, but that is to lock on. I guess it's fine. I can deal with it. The biggest thing I have to keep in mind is the one control that they hid from me, or I could have missed it, but I almost swear they just didn't tell you. Or everything was happening so fast. It kind of auto locks on anyway when there's like an enemy in front. Use your camera to select a target. Yeah, see, it's even saying that. You don't need to lock on. In fact, it didn't even tell me to lock on. Ever, like...
It was a bit rougher than I'd expected.
Well, you can't break it by rolling into it? But yeah, there doesn't seem to be any mana or resource restriction yet. Some other spells I'm sure will have that, but...
Up there.
Makes it seem like you're supposed to do some spell to get across it, but then you just go here. Nice amount of parkour. Maybe I missed some flavor. That's why I died on purpose, just to go back. Oh, I actually think I might have 68 coins, which presumably that's like a farmable resource.
Improving with every cast.
Yeah, but
Thank you, sir.
is it really worth doing on random little fucking pots? You have to use it with some moderation.
We're close now. It's just ahead.
So you have to go through the whole bank vault thing again. Not a big deal. Kind of what I deserve for my clown play.
Steady yourself.
Just like clearly I didn't know how to... I didn't know how to avoid attacks though. And you can't do it by just running and moving, clearly. Or I guess you could say super far away. Maybe that's part of the reason why I like mages, not because magic is such a fantastical thing and it fits with the high fantasy universe and this and that.
Almost there.
I guess Harry Potter is more low fantasy though, because despite all the magical stuff, it happens in like a realistic, you know, London and UK kind of world. But in respect to that, it's like you can play like a coward and just fight from a distance and stuff.
Why would someone have built this here?
I suspect they valued their privacy. That portkey led us here for a reason. Let's have a look around for anything that seems out of place.
That's kind of a bad feature to let you spam potions like that. I always said that like in Skyrim and other stuff. You shouldn't be able to just have a hotkey and then eventually you'll save up like 1,000,000 potions. That you can be getting like one shot and just face tank everything almost, as long as you're not getting one shot and just spam 100 potatoes and spam 100 potions with no downside. So you're basically invincible. It was the same thing here, assuming how many potions they limit you to, but it should have like a 10-second cooldown or a minute cooldown or something.
Professor, it's a mural of some kind.
Perhaps our host was a noted seer. Interesting.
Get a couple little lag spikes here and there, and it's only on medium too, because I don't even want to risk it. But
Professor, this statue.
This may have been his home.
all we have to do, yeah. So he's just dicking around, looking at the mural, making me do all the work. I don't know why it seems like female voice actors are always better than the...
Crystallized stone again. But what could it be blocking?
I said that in Anthem too, in a lot of these games. I don't know, somehow the guy sounds too generic. So R is just always going to be a hotkey that you can do, but then you get your 1 to 4. The only spell we got was light, and we have to fight like 1,000,000 of those fucking statue things. There must have been some objective that I had to do.
Odd. Why would someone have conjured that enchanted stone here?
And how is there a room behind it?
What room? I don't see anything.
There's that glow again, like the glow on the portkey container.
Oh, just investigate. I thought you had to hit it.
What in Merlin's name?
As if he just couldn't have touched that same spot anyway.
Where are we?
I don't believe it.
We'll just steal from a chest at the bank, and then he'll send us into a trap on purpose. Like, oh yeah, I'm searching a chest. It's totally not like a protected vault thing here. It really almost seems like you could jump down there and you'd be fine, but maybe not. Kind of deceptive. We did miss one chest earlier. Oh, you can't destroy their pots, but you can loot their stuff?
Hello?
Oh, you can skip some of this. It should skip the whole ride too, but it won't. This is like that. Oh no, maybe you can skip this. Like that long ass horse ride in Red Dead 2. That was such a stupid moment. You ride across like the whole map once like the tutorial ends, and then you finally get to free roam. That was so needlessly long. The GTA games are like that too, where you have to drive across like
It's been stationed at my desk for hundreds of years.
just for them to fit in dialogue and stuff.
No one has visited Vault 12 until today.
You gotta practice my rolling for sure.
Vault 12. Thank you for your help.
Good old Dark Souls style. Even Alice in Wonderland. Yeah, first it was that, now it's Harry Potter. Where every game has to take after that kind of combat system. Although Alice came out almost
Suppose we should be looking for.
at the same time.
Sure. Sir, I wonder if you
The
might...
instructions for Vault 12 indicate that I am to grant access to the holder of the key and then close the door.
Wait.
Is that like him using magic too? Because he didn't even touch it.
Professor?
That was certainly unexpected. Let me think. There must be something here. Revelio, perhaps.
Revelio?
Yes, a revealing charm. No time like the present.
The real reason we failed was because we failed this.
And focus.
That's karma. It just feels so silly. Like, is this really a mechanic we're doing in 2023? And then there was a QTE too. Imagine if I died to that. Just because I'm not expecting it.
There! I saw something.
Move a bit closer and try again.
You don't even have to look at it though, to be fair. Or you can just always do.
Well, that's a start. There's that symbol again. I don't suppose you see a way to...
I do, Professor. That symbol has the same glow as the one I saw on the port key container.
If what you can see reveals the way forward, then I dare say we are about to discover the secret of this vault. Lead the way.
It even gives you a subtitle for when you cast this spell.
Lumos.
Now all you have to do
This
is...
no ordinary vault. I suspect we will need to earn our way out of here.
What do you mean, earn our way out? Do you think this is some sort of test?
I do. But to what end, I can't say. Stay close. There will be no disapparating if things go poorly. Not out of Gringotts.
Yeah, there was nothing last time besides just actually dying. You have to kind of get carried by this guy. Maybe there was some objective that you have to do quickly, but that's a rough way to start. Yeah, you even say, oh, these games always start so easy, even on hard difficulty, because it's just a tutorial. So regardless of what you might think about that encounter, it's like, I don't know. Like, it's because they don't expect you to be playing on hard that they don't tutorialize how to roll, because, oh, you wouldn't need to. It's such a joke. You just kind of stand there and take it. I also wasted too many potions at once because I was just panicking and spammed it. And I didn't think it would let you
Up ahead,
use them all together. The same thing we always see.
but on the floor.
Investigate.
What happened?
When I moved towards the glow, it suddenly seemed as if the ground was swirling about.
Are you all right?
Yes, sir, I'm fine.
You seem to have caused the floor to change.
That statue.
What statue?
I see some sort of statue, but only as a reflection in the floor.
Okay, so I think as soon as you do this, pretty much it triggers. I better get my mindset right with respect to rolling. Oh shit, it won't even let me practice it now. Well, basically just try to
There
use
must be something to that reflection you're seeing.
control when they try to swarm you. I don't know if it means that there's more enemies because it's on hard mode, or because they do more damage, or they have more health, or any and all of the above, right? You never know exactly what a difficulty setting means unless it
Contrasting Revelio,
tells you. We could just go around the whole place with the light, but
Revelio.
as soon as you get
I
it,
presume this is what you saw reflected in the floor.
It is. The reflection's still there, but the statue's positions don't match. Wait. When you moved, the reflection turned in the direction of the light.
Perhaps you should cast Lumos.
okay. Let's do a perfect 100% run of these. All you have to do is hit spacebar and keep the mouse in the general direction. But for some reason, it turned around there. That's a hard mode addendum. Okay, so do this on 1. Hopefully you can move these around freely.
Lumos.
Well done.
Now the reflection is turning towards me.
Okay.
It does follow
Can
the
you
light.
let me roll? Fuck. So my only attack is the one thing, unless Revelio does something in combat, but I don't think so. This happens so fast. So only tap G once so I don't waste them. So at least we can last a little bit longer. I was getting fucking rolled over. They were so accurate. Like, they have homing attacks. Now, do I have to kill all of them, or do I have to... That still kind of caught me off guard, because I don't want QTEs in these games. So I just pretty much... Now, they get me from some angle that I can't figure out. 0 out of 3. Oh, you're supposed to do that. Oh, so I'm stupid. You don't need to roll. You need to Q. Did it too early there, I guess. Okay, at least there was a clear mechanical oversight on my part, where I just didn't see what was happening. Review your objective to get a way forward. Yes, you have to do that in order to progress. Clearly, that makes perfect sense. But now this time I'm being more careful to not even let them attack me in the first place. Like, I don't mind doing it, but they have to hit me first for that to happen. Okay, beautiful. So that'll be like a counter mechanic. Carrying already. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Wait till they come to attack me. I don't want this many on the screen, but I guess I'll just deal with it because they can't. Oh, now they don't want to attack when... Okay, just use the G. It's kind of an annoying scene because... Oh my god. Kind of an odd way to tutorialize it. So as soon as you see that icon, just block, which doesn't even matter because then you still have to... Okay, so that'll be an ability that we use a lot. Or maybe... I get the objective, dude. I get it. Please. Although I didn't get it the first time, so maybe you should have done that before when I was spamming through my potions. At least this guy kind of carries you, but I still got clowned. Not a very good look. Because I was so focused on the combat, I was like, oh, maybe I just have to kill X number of them. While searching... I mean, that was just a clear mechanical mistake. I just didn't pay attention to that. That's my fault. Do that.
Professor! Professor Fig! Professor, where are you? This isn't good. Where am I supposed to go?
I think every character could have their own, like...
Wisps of magic seem to be leading me somewhere.
Can I explore this whole area, or is that going to do me in two? A good way to do a sort of an organic waypoint thing. Instead of some imaginary line just telling you where to go, it's like, you know, actual magic in the universe. 40 of those. Gotta do 100% completionist run here, too. What the fuck? Well, that doesn't count as a death, I guess, but how am I supposed to know that it's going to do that? Especially when they're rewarding me with chests and stuff. That's kind of annoying. Like, how do you know where it cuts off exactly? That certainly doesn't count. Let's count the number of columns here. I can assume it's there. Come on, this would be such a good chance to wander around and maybe occasionally fight stuff and just, oh my god. This is the kind of thing that would trigger me because it lets you go only so far, but you can still explore. There's going to be all kinds of chests everywhere. You would have to like count the number of... At least make it like an invisible wall where I can't go further. This is where it's taking me anyway. Maybe I don't care that much, but this is my kind of explorative nature coming out. I mean, at least the death state is pretty clear, like how, you know, it forces you to come back in and stuff, and I even saw the character screen. You can't consider it. It's like if you fall off a cliff in Zelda, right, you still come back up and you lose some hearts, so it's technically not a game over, so that arguably shouldn't count.
That's where they're leading me. That glow again.
Activate the statues. Does that mean I have to fight more of them? Because I wouldn't be particularly keen to do that just yet. Give me like a shop where I can buy an unlimited number of potions. What do you have to do? You have to first do Revelio, I guess?
I suppose I'm on my own this time. Lumos.
Yeah, because he was just so helpful. Oh, is it going to be a puzzle where you have to get them all three to align in the same spot? So you have to go like in the center? Yeah. Now they're going to cast a beam that one-shots you.
I'm going to have to fight my way out of here.
So fight. What do you mean?
I need to align these statues with their reflections.
Yeah, looks like that's what we're doing. Okay, I'm bad. And then of course they'll give you that kindness of, I mean, you can roll away too, but I think it's better to do the Q because it acts more like as a parry. It's pretty forgiving with it too. I just didn't understand. That's what it wanted you to do. Oh, that's all we get. That's how the first one should have gone, and then give me the crazy one. But I guess because he was there to carry you. Hold Q to stun them. Oh, now you tell me. With stupefying counterattack, stunned enemies take extra damage indicated by gold numbers. You have to hold it. Oh, there's gonna be more then. Of course, they spawn right on top of you too. I almost don't even want to do that. You can almost just watch yourself to look for that icon and just spam. Oh, I'm gonna be a parry degenerate. Parry and potion degenerate. Oh, it's gonna keep going until I do what it wants me to do though. Yes, this is a weird way to do a tutorial. Because it has nothing to do with... Oh, you get like a second one, 2 for 1 there. That's kind of good. They have a real way of spawning behind you and kind of throwing you off. Just hold it. Like, why wouldn't you do that every time in case you're too encumbered by too many things around you? And it doesn't seem to make you care too much about how many things there are around. Like, just do whatever you're gonna do. Rolling feels more intuitive because this feels like too overpowered, the fact that you can just spam it. Or there should be a limited, you know, it should cost mana and there should be a limited number of times you can do it per thing here. Oh, sometimes it does it on a different one, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, dude. Okay. Destroy them with basic cast. So I can't see much of a reason why you wouldn't hold it down though every single time to get the bonus. I like how one time it hit some other one though. It doesn't always it doesn't always hit the same one that you're doing. So that's a 2-for-1 that could be quite good if you can learn exactly how to make that happen. I guess maybe if the first hit kills the first one, or if it even does damage, I don't even fully understand. Now, I don't have any more potions either, so this could just get really, really tough. I mean, it's all just generic currency, so maybe I don't care, but one time it's going to be an upgraded wand or something. Just follow the magical wisps. Let's just try to get to a safe zone and then figure shit out. Lost to a tutorial already. I can't believe it. You can do Revelio there, I guess. And I think that's enough combat, but now we're going to face like a boss, a mini boss. That's even what I said. Oh, these games tend to have too much combat compared to their universes, but little did I know that this is going to take it even farther. So what is this area? Are we ever going to actually get to Hogwarts? You call it Hogwarts Legacy, but holy shit. Maybe Hogwarts has already been destroyed and we're going to...
Are you there?
Professor Fig.
Yeah. Godric's heart, I'm glad you're all right. I'm somehow back in the entry room to the vault.
I don't see a way to open the door.
There must be something. I'll keep looking over here.
Alright. Is it a potion? Because I could use one of those. Full heal.
There you are. How did you... What is this place?
I don't know. But I found this floating above that basin.
That is no mere basin. That is a pensive for viewing memories. I wonder...
Good way to do exposition.
Follow my lead.
Gonna be something of his wife, probably. Isn't this the guy who we saw the statue of, where he said he might have lived here?
All is in place. The portkey is well hidden, perhaps too well. I wonder if the path we've created may be impossible to follow. It will only be impossible for one who cannot see traces of ancient magic as I can. Your ability to see what others cannot will not be enough, Percival. We are entrusting the one who embarks on this path with powerful secrets, with knowledge others will do anything to obtain.
Yes, and if we are correct, Charles, the witch or wizard who completes the trials will have proven themselves worthy of that knowledge, and the responsibility that accompanies it.
We've done all that we can.
Is that like a wizard's equivalent of a suicide, shooting yourself in the head?
That's what you're seeing. The glow that surrounded them.
Yes, sir.
Astonishing.
Can I see magic?
Traces of an ancient magic, to be precise. The magic that Miriam had always believed existed, but could never. Miriam, and perhaps George, died in pursuit of knowledge that has been dormant for centuries. And you, it seems, are the key to understanding why. We were...
It all looks rather different than it did a moment ago.
Someone's coming.
Who were they?
I don't know. But, sir, you shouldn't be in here.
I was Seems my reputation precedes me. I was beginning to think no one was ever going to visit Rackham's vault.
And why are you here?
No need for that. Just give me whatever it is you found here and we can let bygones be bygones.
Sir, they have the key to the vault.
Choose your next words wisely.
I only meant that the instructions to Vault 12 were quite clear. Sir, I must insist. I was to grant access only to one with the key, and you didn't have it.
I have no patience for traitors. Now, where were we?
I'm not giving you anything.
Well, perhaps your young friend here will be more helpful.
Some safeguard that they probably put in place. It gives him a chance to get to show off without having to kill one of us. The whole ancient magic thing is a way for them to maybe, you know, do all these mechanics and tell the story without having to use stuff from the actual series. Would have been cool if he turned that to his side and made us fight it.
Are you all right?
Fine, sir.
I've never seen so powerful a goblin. He seemed wholly unaffected by my magic.
Where are we?
It can't be. It seems those who set up the pensive, the locket, and the path to both wanted someone with your ability to end up here.
Oh shit, you're getting the theme music.
Come. We have a sorting ceremony to get to.
Kind of subtle and quiet, but yeah, you asked where you are, but you didn't know really where you were before either. Like, you just randomly got teleported there too. Oh, so now we finally get the Hogwarts moment. In a roundabout way. You'll never believe what happened on the way here. That's a great way to introduce yourself. Yeah, this is kind of the shot that I wanted to see, especially on the title screen. But there was no title screen until I died on the first character. And then we got to see it when we made the second one. I wonder if goblins are known for being able to use magic in this universe, because I feel like it's not usually a thing that they're known for in any fantasy setting. So never mind that he said, oh, you know, that one was so powerful. Just the fact that he can use magic, oh my god. And he was the one we saw in the newspaper at the beginning, so they're building him up a little bit. Showing all the icons, Gryffindor, Slytherin. What is the fourth one? Hufflepuff, and I don't know. Maybe I'll end up being forced to do that one if there's a sorting hat moment. That'd be such a cool class type system to do.
We haven't missed the sorting ceremony.
Oh shit.
I'm no expert, but that seems more appropriate. Now, I need to study this locket as soon as I can, but first I must contact the Ministry. They need to know what happened to George and be warned of Ranrock. For the moment, I ask that you keep all that's happened this evening between you and me.
Of course, sir.
Thank you. Ready for the sorting ceremony?
It wouldn't force you into one, though. I'm sure you'll be able to choose somehow. Although that's not how it works in the actual story, like where it does sort of just choose it for you.
Phineas, Nigelus, Black. Prepare yourself to meet the headmaster.
Fig, nice of you to join us. The sorting ceremony's over.
There were complications.
Complications?
It seems the goblin problem
Enough.
has...
Goblins. I've no time for rumors, Fig, and I'm rapidly losing whatever patience I had left. If you're lucky, we might still be able to get you sorted this evening.
When we're already a
I'll be in touch.
exception, 5th year, you know, in our first year type of thing. You don't want to make yourself stand out even more by being late. What the heck is the third one? That's going to keep bothering me. I'm sure they'll say it. I should almost choose that one as a...
Professor Weasley, we've one more to be sorted.
I thought he said this evening later.
Welcome. You're just in time. Have a seat.
No, I'm late. Like he just scolded us for being. It'd be hilarious if it chose that one for me as karma for me not knowing it.
Ah, yes. A bit older than the others, aren't you? You come here with preferences and preconceptions. Certain expectations.
Oh, maybe these responses will inform which one you get to. I can't wait to start classes. I can't wait to explore. I mean, truthfully, I am the exploring type.
I'm looking forward to exploring Hogwarts and the world beyond the castle and grounds.
Indeed. Much can be gleaned by having an adventurous spirit, but your professors have a great deal to teach you as well. I wonder... I detect something in you. A certain sense of... what is it?
Daring, curiosity, loyalty, ambition. I mean, it is very daring to be doing this format in the first place. I do have these are like the two. Are you a hard mode player or a completionist player? Loyalty, but to what? Like, I'm not much of a... I wouldn't want a companion or a pet around. Can you summon pets to like tank for you, I wonder? There is like a whole bunch of stuff about beasts and the controls and stuff. Ambition. Let's do daring.
A sense of adventure? I like to think that I'm not afraid of anything.
Oh, but you're brave at heart. Exceptionally daring. Undaunted by the unknown. Willing to forge ahead alone when you must. Perhaps you belong in Gryffindor.
Shit. Is that really what... Or it's gonna... No, see, it lets you just override that, but you almost should just go with that. Sorting hat will take your choice into account when sorting you into your house. Gryffindor house known for daring, bravery, and chivalry. Let me just look what it says and figure out what the other one is. Hufflepuff?
And your loyalty to a friend delayed your arrival here this evening.
Technically in universe, kind of. The sorting hat will take into account Hufflepuff known for patience, loyalty, and hard work. Ravenclaw known...
A ready mind, quick to learn.
Oh, that's the one I forgot. That actually kind of suits me too because it's more... I mean, you could say it's more magic focused, but they're all magic focused. But this almost sounds like, you know, intellect is your primary stat. Ravenclaw house known for intelligence, creativity, and wit. And then Slytherin. These icons don't really...
Growing sense of ambition, an eagerness for power.
Is that really what they're known for? Just openly known for cunning ambition and a hunger for power. Wow. What a great advertisement.
A ready mind, quick to learn.
Let's just go with what he chose, actually. But I almost didn't think I would be...
Possess a willingness to forge ahead alone when you must.
Even though that's not really what you think of. In fact, the whole very introduction of Gryffindor is all three of them being put in there together because they want to be together, right? Hermione, Ron, and Harry. It's more about the loyalty, camaraderie thing. The sort who makes an entrance.
better be Gryffindor.
Kind of a cliche one to go into, but that's fine.
And one more thing. Due to the unfortunate injury on the pitch in last spring's final, this year's Quidditch season has been cancelled. Enough! It's not as though I've banned flying altogether, but don't tempt me. You are here to focus on your academic futures. I'm sure you will have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow. I said, I'm sure you all have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow.
There's one injury and you just cancel the whole season?
Quite an entrance. It's lovely to meet you. I'm...
Professor Weasley, would you be so kind as to show our new student to their common room?
I shall see to it, sir.
Our new 5th year.
I'm Professor Weasley. Pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well, Professor.
As Deputy Headmistress, it is my distinct honor to show you to your common room. Right this way. It's most uncommon for a student to begin as a 5th year. This should be quite an adventure.
I'm looking forward to it.
I remember the first time I entered the Gryffindor common room after being sorted.
You were a Gryffindor?
I am a Gryffindor. Never could remember the password when I was a girl, however.
Password?
Password? The password is Grata Domum.
Grata Domum.
You may enter. Well done. Now, go on in and get some sleep. You have a big day ahead of you tomorrow. I shall be back in the morning to collect you for your first class.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
You're welcome. I hope you enjoy your first night at Hogwarts. Sleep well.
Restore my potions to full count. All this magic, and the best you can do is create a painting that's like a GIF. A moving painting. The newspaper one was kind of cool though too.
Looks like everyone's gone. Better head to the common room.
Definitely they get the aesthetic very right. Looks very good. And this is even just on medium. For whatever reason it said that's what I should have. I guess I underestimate modern games. Like, my computer is pretty new and pretty good, but I guess you still have to have something fucking top of the line to run stuff like this even on high. Puddlemere United, Appleby Arrows. I just feel shitty that I died there, but I guess it is kind of a weird distortion of my own format. Basically, I invented the first playthrough Permadeath format, or at least I, have done it for years with so many games. And the point is that whenever you die, I usually just accept defeat, and then I don't come back to it for X amount of time. Like, let's say a 6-month barrier. But I guess for the Flex format, I guess I can be loose with it and say, okay, I can try it again, but not only is that like a moral defeat, but there's also a consideration that, like, I don't know, it's still a first playthrough. It's just like, now if I die halfway through the game, then I'd have to restart, and it still counts. So it's always a first playthrough because I haven't beaten the game, but that does kind of diminish the integrity of it. So I accept defeat. I failed, but it still is permadeath for what it's worth. I don't know. It doesn't really suit me to do that, though. There's got to be a sense of finality. How is it permadeath if you can just create another character? Like, it's not supposed to be that the character is permadeath. It's supposed to be that the game is permadeath. You just delete it and you never get to play it again for the rest of your life. It could be the extreme interpretation of it. Now we get to explore around the school first, and then presumably the outside world. You would think that they would let you do that pretty early just to see what it's like, but maybe not. This is going to be like a Witcher moment, like where we spend literally several episodes in this one, I don't know, in just this one place, which is going to be a lot. Okay, so there's nothing else to really look at there. Can't really change your wardrobe and stuff.
Which way is the common room?
You can actually do that. I don't know why you'd really want to, though. Or we'll have this OCD response of just spamming that everywhere, because there'll be some hidden secret. Every step you take, this will be like a Castlevania thing where you have to hit every single wall to see which ones have secrets in them. What is T? I don't know what T does. Are these statues going to come to life and fight me too? So we're going to constantly keep getting in trouble. This will be a trope of the story. For seeing stuff that nobody else can see. Oh shit, like we can already see it. Although the range of it is quite good, so I guess you can do it like once per room. So I should even check it back in my dorm. But no, we'll keep getting in trouble for stuff that we're right about. It's meant to be some sort of trick. It's not funny. I don't know if they're saying that because I'm casting spells or just something else. It shows you the little blue stuff. I wonder if the other ones went away, though, because I went too far. Everyone's going to be skeptical about our abilities and stuff. Look at all the flavor. Yeah, that almost makes me feel bad for going to Gryffindor, though somehow I didn't think I would. And even what she said on the way. Level unlock. Level 1 lock. Maybe a lock picking system. Just stick your wand in there and try to turn it. That's the dumbass's response. I don't know if that's better or worse. Probably a little awkward. Motioning to stop talking about him because he's right here. You just wait till you hear more details about our trip here. Everything.
I'm not allowed up there. Seems that's off limits to me.
Now, is that a magical thing or is that just a techno? That almost looks like it could just be something
Can't go up there.
built that way. Ignatia Wildsmith. What is that? You can light that? No. I don't know what that icon means. Yeah, are you allowed to just randomly cast spells in the hallways? You can light it with a fire, but I don't have a way to really do that. It reveals it, but it was already quite visible. There were a couple of chests and things to look at, though, in other parts that you can see like through the wall. Makes it seem like something you can interact with, but you really can't do anything with it. I don't have any potions, so definitely before we go into any kind of combat, I need those. That's going to be the common room. I can't go up to the other side. I kind of like, actually, that it restricts it. It's kind of like we were just doing Anthem, and I like that a lot of the town was blocked off. Otherwise, I would have spent, like, so long there just at the beginning. So we went up from where we were. So let's go up as much as we can, and then I'll go through. This is a good, like, little flavorful, you know, trek through. Somewhere we're going to be spending a lot of time, I'm sure. Makes it seem like they're looking at you, but they could just be on a fixed. What is she standing up there for? What is she doing? If I get snitch stuck in my hair, I'm going to hex someone. So there is no Quidditch. They'll release that as a DLC after you beat the game months later. Maybe that's actually why they said it. There'll be an online PvP Quidditch mode, but it's not released yet, and that's their subtle in-universe way of telling you because somebody got injured last year, so they canceled the season. Amazing. Yeah, I don't want to get bogged down by... Wait, this isn't where I started because I went up. I'm going to loot somebody else's chest in a different room. Like, forget the fact that it's a level 1 lock. Why are you going in here and doing this? You're not an evil character. You're not a Slytherin. I like how open they are about that, though, too. Knocking over their fucking books. You can even just cast spells wherever the fuck you want. It'd be like Zelda, where you can't do it indoors or in a safe zone. Although a lot of the combat... That's what actually... The one thing that I thought was silly about the Harry Potter universe in a way, and maybe made me avoid it a bit, was the fact that, like, does every single story just take place in the school? Like, because the first two kind of do. Like, sure, they go outside to the dark forest and stuff, and he goes back home or whatever. You start at his home, but like, how can you tell so many stories just in the school? This is like some kind of Japanese anime fantasy setting, like where every single hero, whether they be Light Yagami or Lelouch or something, is always in always like 16 years old or in high school or something. At least Light graduates and they move past that, but kind of shitty mirror though, you can barely see yourself. And yeah, what was that one called? There's like a special mirror that everybody's always looking into, and okay, so let's see if we can't get to those chests though. Like, I revealed them, but they must be just inside the common room. So we'll go in there first thing before even talking to anybody or doing anything and just loot a chest. Okay, so this was a dead end. And so we went up as far as I could go, but I didn't go down. This is where we came out of. Why do you even have your wand out, really? I mean, obviously because I'm a clown and I'm just spamming random spells. But when it doesn't restrict your ability to do them, you fuck around as much as you want and then it just magically goes away. Just as it came. Okay, so these are all just the Gryffindor rooms, I assume. And how can there be this few students? Actually, I never knew how many, like, the scale of it doesn't even seem that big. Like, how many hundreds of students could there be? Find your common room. I need to head to my common room. Sounds as though there are some voices coming from nearby. Perhaps I should follow them. What I'm more interested in, though, is the secret chest. But I guess the only ones that we really see are in the... Now, we did see something like we could interact with. I'm just going to be spamming that the whole time. I just kind of wanted to introduce free roam and just mess around a little bit with that. Maybe get myself killed again. That was one of those really avoidable deaths, though. All I had to do was pay attention to the prompts. But see, so often I try to avoid that too because it feels like cheating. It was kind of a stupid way to do a tutorial. Like, let me just kill the enemies and then tell me the mechanics, but I'll worry about them later. Instead, it's like it won't advance the scene until you use the spell 3 times, which I guess is part of that whole test that they're doing on me, like in that whole vault. But was there something maybe up? It's kind of a cool way to reveal secrets. It almost is like, you know, one of those plot device type of things. It's a perfect way to justify things that happen in the story, right? Just instead of pure plot contrivance, although they still do that. That was my criticism of the end of the Sorcerer's Stone. Just that, why do you have to say...
That's muggle fashion, isn't it? Can always tell. So very drab.
We're gonna do the Doki Doki thing here where we have to exhaust all the dialogue like Monica. Haven't been this obsessed with a Monica since Courtney Cox in Friends. Okay, I think we've seen pretty much everything. I'm just making sure there is no like special chest or whatever. We could see something through the wall. So, like, what is that? What is that? Oh, just a lock. So it'll show you stuff you can interact with. But it's kind of a... I wouldn't want to be hung next to you. Not the first time I've heard that. Like, you can interact with this fire thing too, but you don't have the fire spell yet, I guess. They haven't even introduced a proper magic bar yet, because I guess all these abilities are like your tap is just like a basic fodder kind of thing that's going to do very little damage. This is just like RP light. And then this is just for finding secrets. So none of them are really top tier abilities. I don't know how you would be able to switch around your 1 through 4. Maybe you can't, which would be kind of stupid.
It'll be the next butterbeer.
Okay. First, you go for the nuts. Gareth Weasley. That was Ron's mom, I guess, who was the headmistress. Or whatever she was. I forgot. Oh, there might even be a stealth system because it said, like, stealth detected and stuff. That's how even the menu can sort of... The menu and the controls can spoil mechanics in the game. They almost shouldn't reveal them to you until you have them. Yeah, that'll be like a story game major spoiler. It'll tell you some mechanic, like your character already repeating dialogue. He already just said that when I walked through. It'll be like some mechanic that, oh, your character becomes some other type of... You'll have some ability that you didn't think you would have, like become a werewolf. Like, oh, I didn't know you could do that. So it'll spoil some major thing later in the story just to tell you what the keybinds are. We can't actually do that. Place. I don't know what that means. Place.
Wait, that's not right. I really thought I had it.
The amount you can just cast spells like a clown out in the open, though, is maybe a little bit immersion breaking. But then I guess it's your choice whether or not to do it. Reseda Bloom. There was another blue thing that we saw here. What could it be? Or maybe it was just wait, wasn't there like a painting that I could interact? Oh no, it wasn't the painting, it was the chest again. Yeah, that's a good way to just show you what you can interact with. I guess it must have been this. It looked like there was something else in there though. That chick is clowning around at the top. Seems like something I would do. Oh, there's like the little Quidditch ball. Brother is a professional Quidditch player. Well, where else do they play it if not here? Like, Hogwarts competes against Hogwarts just within their own teams, like the houses, I mean. Okay, let's talk to the people. Let's see if we can't do anything different. We could eat a nut. That was the only flavorful interaction we could do here. Play a little phonograph music. Take in all the stuff. This is... with wings. This is almost like a detective sort of tendency of mine. Like there's certain scenes, especially like in a show like The Mentalist, where he'll go into like a victim's house or like their family's house and he'll look at the pictures and he'll kind of come up with a whole theory based on just stuff like that. So that's almost where my completionist tendency comes from when it's like a story game. Like you're already going to start to unravel some mystery or come up with some theory just based on stuff like that if you pay enough attention. Right, because they put these things here for a reason, I'm sure. Besides just pure flavor and exhibitionism. Let's talk to her first. She seems very interesting. Or I guess I can't really even talk to her.
Why is everyone so highly strung? It's perfectly safe. Well, hello. Don't mind me. I find it helpful to change my point of view now and again. Put things in perspective. Once I made it to the top of Gryffindor Tower, from the outside, without a broom.
Goodness.
I'm Nellie, by the way. Nellie Ogspire. I've heard rumors about what happened to you on your way to Hogwarts. Is it true? About the dragon?
Oh, but the headmaster didn't? Everybody was even talking about it too. He's lucky he didn't end up like somebody else. I guess maybe Orsic. It's true. Okay, so we do get dialogue options, but are they going to be Renegade Paragon? You gain favor with Gryffindor? Or I guess it really can't work like that because you're already in Gryffindor. It's true. It was terrifying. It was nothing I couldn't handle. Let's just maybe be more to the point.
Yes, our carriage was attacked by a dragon.
Crikey! I can't believe it. How thrilling! And also terrifying. Anyway, you've certainly brought some much-needed excitement to Gryffindor. And Hogwarts, for that matter.
Nice to meet you. What are people saying about my travels here? Not afraid of heights, are you? Have you ever encountered a dragon?
I take it you're not afraid of heights.
It's something I've always done, since I was little. My mother once found me on the roof when I was 5. Still has no idea how I got there. But with all the strange hallways and rooms in the castle, and everything lurking in and outside the grounds. You don't need to scale a tower to see something incredible here.
Yeah, I don't know how you got up there either, because I was just trying to talk to you, and then you just talked to like some disembodied position of the UI that says talk to her, and then that brings her down. So I thought I was talking to somebody else. You can replay that dialogue, which means it's obviously not going to be consequential. That's really what I'm almost craving. It's like a Renegade Paragon thing, but I guess I've been playing too many BioWare games lately. Have you ever encountered a dragon?
What exactly are the rumors about my journey to Hogwarts?
That you escaped a dragon attack? Isn't that enough? Most of us arrive via train or boat, not having just escaped the jaws of a dragon. Of course it's got people talking. Word travels fast at Hogwarts.
Yeah, except to the headmaster. Somehow he missed out on that detail, or he just doesn't give a shit. And this guy who came with us was is being known as like a goblin. He's like Alex Jones. He's the goblin alarmist. The goblins are out to get us. How there's like literally song parodies and stuff where Alex Jones is ranting about goblins trying to kill us and take over and whatnot. Oh my god. And like, we're known, you know, how Harry's known as the boy who survived. You're the boy who survived. This guy's the boy who survived a dragon. That'll be our.
Are the rumors about my journey to Hogwarts?
Oh shit, you can't skip this up. Or you can right click.
I'd imagine most students have never seen a dragon. Have you?
Goodness, no. And I've never heard of one attacking a carriage like that. Not enough meat in a carriage, I'd think.
Who even told them? Who would have known that? Probably some owl just witnessed it and flew away.
I'm sure I'll be seeing you around, either in our common room or when you scale your next tower.
You never know. Bye for now.
Is that gonna... Shit, dude, I can't do that. Fuck, she's just athletic. Use a chair or something, god damn. Certainly knows how to draw attention to herself.
Trust me.
Like, even this you can say isn't really a plot choice as to, oh, we can eat more nuts. Plot choice as to who to talk to first, but she was interesting just from the get-go from that. Couldn't I interact with something here too? It's just the same thing, you can spin it around. Spin every globe achievement. Like the Hermione wannabe over here. Studious. And then this guy seems like maybe a popular dude who's going to be a dick to us.
You'll like it. Trust me.
Maybe.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It's not a complicated spell. I should be able to do it non-verbally. Why is this not working? Ugh! Oh, hello there. Welcome to Gryffindor. I'm Cressida.
Pleasure to meet you, Cressida.
Splendidly theatrical arrival to the sorting ceremony last evening. Made it in by the skin of your teeth. Is it true that you're Professor Fig's protege?
I've studied with him, not at all.
I'm not sure I'd say that, but I did study with him a little before we arrived.
Blast! I was hoping he might have given you some advice on non-verbal casting.
Is that what you were trying to do just there?
Oh, yes. Having a spot of trouble. I've mastered the charm using its incantation, but this is proving a bit trickier.
Yeah, didn't you hear just bitching about it when you were on the way here? I'm sure you'll get it. Perhaps you need a bit more practice. Your casting needs work. Don't be a dick.
Don't worry. You'll get it in the end.
Oh, I hope so. If I can get it, Professor Ronan's sure to be very impressed. I'm just going to keep at it.
I wish you luck. How hard is it to cast nonverbal spells? Can most students cast nonverbally? It doesn't seem like any of this is having an impact, though. It's not saying like you're gaining rep with somebody or you're, you know, she will remember that. So she's going to be studious, the other one's adventurous, and the other guy's probably going to be a popular dickish type. Yeah, I wonder if there'll be romantic possibilities, too. How hard is it to cast nonverbal spells?
Is it really that difficult to cast non-verbally?
Oh, yes. And if you don't get it just right, the results can be, shall we say, awkward. Once, I tried to cast Depulso non-verbally on a goblet in the Great Hall and ended up launching Professor Sharp's Yorkshire pudding into his face. He was not happy.
How hard is it to cast? Can most students... Oh, that's grayed out.
Do most students know how to cast non-verbally?
Not at all. Hogwarts doesn't teach nonverbal casting until the 6th year, and even then, many struggle with it. I'm simply trying to get ahead of the game.
Isn't playing Quidditch kind of like non-verbal because you're technically casting the ability to cause it to levitate, or they do it like up, they say up, right? And then they just stay on it the whole time. How hard is it to cast non-verbally? Okay.
Well, good luck with it. It was nice to meet you, Cressida.
You as well. Enjoy your first day.
Or that's like transmuting without a, Full Metal Alchemist copied Harry Potter. It's like casting or doing alchemy without a transmutation circle, because they're like one of the 5 sacrifices. Ed and Al can do it. Almost nobody else can do it in the whole Amestris. So that's why, like, when Harry does the spell at the beginning of the movie, where he like makes the cage disappear and his stepbrother gets stuck in there, that's such a big deal, because like even a 6th-year student is struggling with it, but he just does it by sheer accident. I guess I missed that. It's not even our cup. We just randomly pick up somebody's cup and start drinking it. And what happened to it? We made it disappear. And it just respawned.
I would really like someone to try it. Sure you don't want to try it? Brewed it myself. Hello, you're the new 5th year. Pleased to meet you. I'm Gareth Weasley. Heard about your travels here. Can't believe it. Glad you and Fig are all right. Is it true that someone from the Ministry was with you in the carriage?
Oh, yes. A friend of Professor Fig's.
Oh, didn't mean to pry. Nasty business, dragons. Again, very glad you're here.
Thank you, Gareth. So am I. Are you related to Professor Weasley?
I am. She's my aunt.
Oh, more importantly, are you related to Ron? Nobody cares about... Like, I wonder, are there going to be people with Granger last name? And I guess Potter you wouldn't think of, because I don't know how much family he even has. His parents die, and then that might be it. That must be nice. That must be awkward. Then you can do whatever you want. Oh, you shouldn't really say that. I don't know. None of these really seem like something I would say, because if you say that's nice, then you'll say it's awkward. If you say it's awkward, then you'll say, oh, why is it awkward? He'll be offended.
You must be able to get away with anything.
The opposite, actually. Aunt Matilda tends to treat me as if I'm a 1st year. Keeps too close an eye on me. It's all a bit suffocating, to be honest. Still, she means well, and she's an incredibly powerful witch. She'll have your back.
Nice meeting you. What's that in your mug? Yeah, did you know we already took out like multiple statues? They can almost one-shot you. What's that in your mug? You have a knack for potions too. I definitely have a knack for potions.
Seems you enjoy brewing. Might I assume that you've a talent for potions of all sorts?
Well, as I see it, there's little difference fundamentally between brewing a modification to butterbeer and a Wiggenweld potion. Though I'm not certain Professor Sharp would make the connection. He doesn't appreciate my creativity as much as you might think.
What's that in your mug? So he's trying to... It's going to be like a prank bait thing, so I should say no. But he was trying to get people to try it, and they were all refusing.
Are you having butterbeer for breakfast?
Oh no. I've been perfecting a recipe I came up with over the summer. I'm almost there, based on some reactions that may need a bit more work.
Nice meeting you.
Well, it was nice meeting you, Gareth, and thank you for the insights on your aunt.
Pleasure to meet you as well. Good luck today.
That's the next layer of...
New Gryffindor. Professor Weasley's waiting for you outside the common room.
That's like the next layer of like there's 3 layers of how you can make something like that a choice-based thing, right? Like even in LA Noire, it didn't always matter what order you answered the questions in, but I would make that like meaningful. Like, okay, talk to them in the order that you think is most interesting, or ask the questions that you would really ask in real life. Right, you wouldn't just start and say, oh yeah, by the way, we just dicked around with the dragon. You first start and try to, cozy up to them and get to know them. Ask them about themselves. So even though it doesn't matter, it does, at least, I try to make the most of those interactions too. But where it would be nice is if it had some... There's totally going to be a system like that, where it'll give you one of 2 options, and it'll give you positive or negative karma or something. Oh, now we can... No, never mind. He's waiting for me outside the common room. Or wait. Or outside the dorm, I guess. So at some point, I'm sure we'll be able to see the other areas too, or maybe not. You shouldn't be allowed to see them unless you're. Wait, what? Oh, maybe it's through here. 30. Wait, where the heck is she? Oh, she's on the other side of that, so you have to crawl through it. No running in the halls, no casting in the halls. There seems to be no such rules as that. Can we eat a piece of fruit too? All these random interactions with food. And if you don't do it, you'll die of hunger later. Imagine that. That'd be amazing. Just eat all the goddamn nuts and drop some on the floor like a degenerate. And then you literally cause this to disappear or teleport back.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a fifth year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success. Here you are.
Special treatment already.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a fifth year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test.
Good way to justify all the UI and menus and stuff. It'll all be in the book.
The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore. I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Using the guide will also train you to be alert to your surroundings.
I'm already alert because of that. Just to see what kind of... But they're all going to be like chests I can't open.
Ah, the guide appears to have some information for you about that painting of poor Barufio. Simply cast Revelio on it, and we'll see what the guide says.
Gives you even more reason to spam it than just collecting stuff. Field guide page. I thought it meant that like you would see it here. I guess this still is just a static menu. Never mind. I retract my immersion thing. Oh, even M opens that. So do I not have a map yet? So caps lock is to lock on, which is kind of an awkward one. Portrait of Barufio. The portrait depicts the wizard Barufio, famed for his brain elixir, and as an example of what happens when incantations are improperly spoken. He once said S instead of F and found himself on the floor with a buffalo on his chest. He said S instead of F. Wait, what? What was he trying to cast? I don't get it. S instead of F. Sid versus... You just unlock a field challenge guide. Your progress towards completing challenges appears here. Field guide challenges are the only way to acquire experience points. So not through combat. This is your wizarding level. Experience gained here from challenges increases your level and power. Your field guide tracks your current challenge progress. Select the challenges menu to continue. Let's look at all these. Gear, level, map, inventory, quests. Talents, progress through the main story to unlock. Owl Post, progress to the main story to unlock. Collections, challenges, and I don't know what that one is. Settings, I guess. Combat, quest, exploration, field guide. Yeah, how much you want to bet we'll do exploration before I complete that before anything else. Room of requirement. Selecting your first guide page unlocked a new challenge category. New challenges you unlock throughout the adventure will appear here. 1 out of 2. Collect 2 field guide pages in Hogwarts. Gear, appearance, reward. Hogwarts regalia spectacles. Makes it seem like a multiplayer reward track type of system. Each challenge has tiers. Special rewards unlock each tier you complete, from appearances to critical upgrades. Lock challenge and lock challenge at the top. Rewards must be claimed through the challenges menu. Come back often to collect rewards you unlocked. Why do we need a reward track in every game like that? Just do it more organically. Plus 80. I wonder if you can change your...
Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that. Inside and outside of the castle.
There's plenty of things you can interact with, but they're all locks and stuff. I'm sure I'll have plenty of chances to come through here later. Yeah, just open somebody's random chest.
You've classes to attend.
It's actually going to let you do that. I stole $28 from Hogwarts and nobody cares. How much do I even have? I guess we'd have to check that again. The quest can be trapped on the map screen, but M doesn't open the map. Oh no, now it does, because I didn't have it before. Oh shit, let's look at this. Zoom. Apparently the mouse wheel doesn't work for that. It almost makes it seem like... Oh, you can't see these yet? Yeah, like the Hogwarts is the whole game. But it's not going to show me that now. Flow Flames locations. Astronomy Wing, the Bell Tower, which is that chick who was on top of the fireplace's favorite place, I bet. The Grand Staircase, the Great Hall, the Library Annex, the South Wing. You can't really zoom out much at all. World Map. Hogsmeade Map. Collection Chest, 35. Field Guide pages, 1 out of 150. Demiguise statues, 0 out of 10. Astronomy table, 0 out of 1. Quests. Attend your first day at Hogwarts. Start your first day. It kind of teases you by just showing you the menu, but then you don't actually have to look. Like, now I want to look through every little thing in it, which can take forever sometimes. Okay, that's going to be the same. Owl Post is unlocked later. Start your first day. Welcome to Hogwarts. Professor Weasley has more to show me. I should follow her and see what she has in mind. Required level 1. Okay. What's the difference in these two? Just like your active one? All main. No assignments. No relationship quests available. No side quests available. The path to Hogwarts. Okay, all that's fine. Map, couldn't do much on. Challenges is going to be what we just saw. Combat quests, exploration, field guide quests. I mean, we'll get a new spectacles, which I don't really even want to wear. Our character doesn't naturally have them or need them. I don't know if you could have chosen to have your character wear glasses in the creation. I didn't really try to do that. Tools, potions, and magical plants you have collected. There's at least 9 of them. Potions and magical plants can be assigned to your tool wheel and tab. Tools can be crafted at potion stations and potting tables after purchasing potion recipes and seed packets in Hogsmeade. Tools can also be purchased from vendors. They kind of introduced the combat, like, well, maybe there was more of it, or it felt like more just because it's on hard mode, but that felt like a lot at once at the beginning, and then that's it. Now they won't do any for a while, which is kind of fine, but they should have given us like a mini boss or something. Enemies. Adversaries met during your adventures are found in enemy layers. And oh shit, I love hearing that. Bandit camps. What kind of game is this? Throughout the Highlands. Most enemies have hidden weaknesses against specific spells in your arsenal. Because what that makes you think is you can just wander around and do 100 million bandit camps over time and just that's all you want sometimes. Right? You don't really need any story or context to it. In like an open world-ish experience. Every game in the modern era has to be open world. Adversaries met or found in enemy layers. Let me look through each of these. Enemies you have encountered. What? So there's only 67 types of enemies? That seems kind of underwhelming, actually. Or there'll be like other categories too, like beasts. Oh, but you don't fight them, I guess. Yeah, another reason to cancel this game. PETA will be all over it if everybody else already isn't. Cosmetic alterations applied to gear via the change appearance menu option in the gear menu. You should have to go back to your dorm to be able to do it. That'll be a rule. Yeah, I can't change it unless I go back to my dorm and relax after a long day of doing quests and stuff. Appearances in this list are rewards for special accomplishments such as challenges and quests. It's not like I have a magical Piccolo clothes beam, although they have done that spell a couple of times. Exploration, quests, and challenges is where you get them from. So how many were there? 78. That just seems like a low number for 67 there. Revelio pages, field guide pages are discovered with Revelio. The review, yeah, like everything else is too. Interesting facts about the world around you. Pages can be found in Hogwarts, Hogsmeade, and special Highlands locations. Those might be the 3 core areas. How do you just go back? Like one, oh, like that. So why does that have a little exclamation mark? I guess it'll just show you the specific entry that you got. Then we can read it again. The portrait depicts the wizard Barufio, famed for his brain elixir example of what happens when they're spoken improperly. He said S instead of F, and a buffalo is on his chest. S would mean like what? Sit instead of fit? I don't know what the joke is, actually. Beasts. Magical beasts found in beast dens throughout the Highlands. Beasts can be rescued and then neutered oh shit, and then nurtured in the room of requirement once you unlock the knapsack. You're gonna rescue them from what though exactly? Traits. Special attributes that may be applied to gear once the loom is unlocked in the room of requirement. Traits can be found in collection chests at bandit camps throughout the Highlands. Wand handles. Oh yeah, we never got the one. He said, oh yeah, just wait until you get a wand that's meant for you. Or I guess we'll get one maybe eventually here, because we're using a secondhand wand still. Cosmetic alterations applied to your wand via the gears menu. Wand handles are primarily found in collection chests throughout the world. This shouldn't be cosmetic though. This should actually be like have effects and damage values and stuff, because this is already the cosmetic. So why would you need a separate one just for that? I thought this would actually have impact. Huh. Game has as many cosmetics as a multiplayer game would. Decorations and gameplay stations conjured in the room of requirement. Conjuration spellcrafts can be found in collection chests and purchased in Hogsmeade. Some are also hidden near butterflies and in vivariums. Near butterflies, okay. Let's see. I guess there isn't too much actual flavor to read through, so that one. Conjurations you've collected. Ingredients you've collected. Oh, but this one actually shows me all of them. Huh. Plants, forgeables, and enemy drops. Primarily used to brew potions, which I'm all about. I don't know what the max number you can have is, but you can certainly spam them. Ingredients can be acquired by foraging, growing plants, defeating... You can grow plants, and defeating enemies. Ingredients can also be purchased from vendors. Ash Winder. That was like sort of a comfort zone that we got into with Skyrim. It's like we have so much gold laying around that we never have to fill a soul gem anymore. We never have to, craft arrows or anything anymore. We can just go out, do the hard work, and kill a bunch of stuff, get a bunch of gold, and then come back and have the vendors, buy like those super expensive, already filled soul gems for us. So it's like the luxury of being an accomplished, rich player. Ash Winder eggs. Hot to the touch. One clutch of these is an ingredient for the Edorus potion. Ashwinder's raised from... I guess it makes sense that these would be known, because these are just like not something you have to encounter for the first time on your adventures. Just something that the college already knows, or whatever, the school. Rise from the dying embers of magical fires and then slither off to dark corners to lay their eggs. Though usually found in dwellings, some have been risen from abandoned campfires and left clutches of eggs nearby rocky areas. Dittany. The leaves of this medicinal herb are used in the Wiggenweld potion. Dittany seeds can be purchased at the Magic Neep and can be grown in pots of any size. Wiggenweld, that's what that guy was talking about. It doesn't actually let me see what they do, though, because if you move, then you can't see it. I guess you don't deserve to see it until you make it yourself. Can be purchased at the Magic Neep and can be grown in pots of any size. There's actually going to be a whole crafting system like that. Organ gathered from the mouths of dug bogs. This ingredient is used in the focus potion. Probably gives you mana back. This one, oh no, this is what I'm using anyway. This gives you health back. This gives you, I don't know what. Focus potion again. It's going to be that simple that each one only creates one thing. A tall plant that produces stems in the focus potion. Fluxweed seeds can be purchased from Magic Neep. Must be grown in large pots. Yeah, don't we already do enough of this in Plants vs. Zombies where we have almost our full aesthetic garden planted? That's the real reason I'm playing this game, because of my obsession with plants, clearly. Pork lump juice. Small creatures that resemble mushrooms. Their juice is used in Wiggenweld potion. They tend to hide underground. Knot grass. A magical herb that produces sprigs used in the invisibility potion. That could be really useful. Oh yeah, there is totally going to be a whole stealth system too, apparently. Knot grass seeds can be purchased as Magic Neep. Can be grown in pots of any size. I assume everything can pretty much be, well, maybe not. They're commonly found in open field. Lace wing flies. Delicate wings used in the focus potion. So most of these are for the focus potion. Like there's been 3 already. I thought like you'd be able to combine them and stuff, or maybe later you can. But this is showing me every single one, so I guess not. Mushrooms leap serendipitously and are used in the invisibility potion. They're commonly found in a forested area. Leaping toadstool caps. This is lacewing flies. Knot grass. Looks like grass to me. Ha ha ha. Leech juice. Leech juice is used in both Maxima Potion and Thunder Brew. This can be found near waterfronts. Maxima Potion and Thunder Brew. See, it would normally let you mouse over that and see what it actually does, but that's fine. Mallow Sweet. A colorful plant that produces the leaves consumed in Merlin trials. Mallow Sweet seeds can be purchased from the Magic Neep. Can be grown in pots of any size. Moonstone, an ingredient used commonly for conjuration magic. Does that mean I can summon stuff? It is found in every region and acquired by... See, I guess I won't know whether it's how faithful it is to the lore or how much it breaks it, because I don't know hardly any of the lore. And acquired by breaking crystallized stone. So it could either spoil stuff or it could just get away with retconning and doing random stuff that doesn't really fit. Shrivel Fig. A hardy plant that produces bulbs used in Thunder Brew. Shrivel Fig seeds can be purchased from the Magic Neep. Must be grown in medium or large pots. Okay. Acquired by crystallized stone. Conjuration magic. Gonna be like a soul gem. Spider Fang. Fangs gathered from spiders. The residual venom is a key ingredient in the Maxima Potion, which I assume just fully heals you. You can kind of guess with some of these. This probably increases your damage or something. Stench of the Dead. Essence gathered from Inferni, or Inferi. Ingredient for Thunder Brew. Troll Bogies. Thick mucus gathered from trolls. This mucus is used as a thickener for invisibility potion. Or maybe you need all of them combined. Maybe that's why 2 or 3 of them. They are commonly found. They are used in it, but that doesn't mean that they can be... Either it means that you need all 3, or you can make it with any of the 3. And then mongrel fur. Tufts of fur gathered from fearsome mongrels. The ingredient is used as part of a Edoris potion. Sort alphabetically beasts. But it seems like you're rescuing the beasts, right? You're not fighting them. I don't know exactly. Quest items, notes, and resources. That can't be all the... I guess you never have that many at one time, but there might be more that appear later. Gear. Handwear, facewear, headwear, wand handles. Progress to the story to unlock. But again, the way it said it was like they're only cosmetics. Level 1 in Gryffindor, 341 coins, which must be the max you could possibly have. 200 health. Your well-being and status. Defense, offense. Defense determines how well you block and defend incoming spells and attacks, which that probably just means base, because if you use the parry, then it blocks it anyway. Your offense, oh, here's the British English thing with a C instead of an S. Determines how effective you are at attacking and damaging enemies. Flying mounts. Progress through the story to unlock. Progress through the story to unlock broom upgrades. We don't even have a broom, period. Handwear, neckwear, cloaks and robes, outfit. So maybe these two are cosmetic and the rest aren't. Or no, that just means we have stuff in there already. Between quests is a good time to identify new gear, sell excess to vendors, and increase your gear capacity by completing Merlin trial challenges. That has nothing, it's just giving me general advice there, I guess. Black leather gloves. This item has no magical properties. I could just equip these, but I don't. So how do you unequip? Oh, it almost seemed like it was only gonna let me switch. Why is it showing me these other slots here when this is supposed to be only hand stuff? Oh, I guess this is what I have on and this is what's excess. Between quests. Yeah, that's one of my favorite part about RPGs is just all the stuff in between. You go out on an adventure for a couple hours and do some quests, but then you come back and spend just as much time going over what you got and doing interactions and random stuff. I guess I'll wear this, but oh no, I even said I can't wear it until I go back to my room. Let's just do that as like an RP thing. Unequip, it sells for 30, has no magical properties. And then what else? We have face wear. We could do the spectacles, which we're gonna get soon. Although I don't think we already did, because that's when we do a second when we read like a second one of those invisible floating page things. So this is between quests, it's going to say the same thing. This item has no magical properties. Gold rimmed circular spectacles. Not really the glasses type here. Headwear. This is going to be dark flat cap. It has no magical properties. You can destroy it. Okay. Or I guess that would include whether it's going to increase your offense and defense, obviously. So that's good. Neckwear. Kind of lag for a second there. Between quests is a good time to identify. Okay, same thing. Natural beige scarf has no magical properties. And these two we already have stuff on. Offense 0. Cannot upgrade. Sell value 0. Change appearance. Hood on or off. I mean, I guess that's something we could change here actively. Just because, you know, you could just pull your hood up, but the rest of the stuff, let's pretend, is in like a box in our room. Just so that like once we commit to go out on a mission or something in a particular set of gear, even gear that is going to have impact, we shouldn't be allowed to change it. That could be like a hard mode consideration too. Damn, I'm just disappointed. So that's the razor we could have taken out of that first death. Is just, even though I hate reading into like all the shit it's telling me all the time and I try to figure out stuff for myself, it is worth it just to have looked at that, because it was telling me to do Q. So it still didn't tell me to roll. Up to this point in the game, you still wouldn't know that you can roll in this game. They've never mentioned it. And they even hide it away, because like you look on your movement buttons and it tells you how to jump but not how to roll. But that's later on down in like when it says spells and other stuff. So hood on or off, traditional school robe, perfect vest uniform, well appointed. Sell value, cannot upgrade 0 defense. I mean, I'm sure it gives you some kind of protection, as if compare that to just if you were naked. Can you actually wait? You can unequip these too. So does that mean no? But you'll still be in some kind of a under vest or something. Or no, you can't take it off at all. I don't think. Change appearance. Cloaks and appearance. Invisible robes. The clothing will appear invisible. A well-appointed school robe, exemplary traditional Hogwarts style. The appearance menu allows you to assign different visual pieces of gear you own. Your selection includes basic appearances automatically collected from gear you discover, as well as unique appearances found in your collections. Yeah, you'll still have something. So you're still wearing them. I guess that's a good way to justify being able to change on the fly, though. Let's just leave that, and then you can change appearance here, too. Outfit, you can make it invisible. The point is, you don't have to actually become naked to become naked. A well-appointed uniform. Oh, that could be an interesting, like, you go down a romantic path with one of the characters, and you can just do that at will. You're just sitting across from each other eating food or whatever in a restaurant, but you can still have some fun with it. A well-appointed uniform for the prefects of Hogwarts without a jacket. Wait, why do I have two of these? This is what I was wearing, right? Stylish vest school uniform. A well-appointed school uniform worn by students who adhere to Victorian fashions. This is what we had anyway. Let's just leave it. I did put the hood on, though, just for the heck of it. Okay. Yeah, see, we rudely interrupted her when she's giving us the tour, just to look through the book she gave us. So this we've seen. In fact, we've seen all of these. This is just a different way to get to the same menus. There's all these different South Wing, Astronomy Wing. Oh my goodness. Gotta read all the flavor. So we're here. South Wing of Hogwarts. Yeah, great description. Flames. Okay, I'm not gonna look at all that, but just let's read them. This wing of Hogwarts, comprising the Astronomy Tower, the highest spire in Hogwarts, the defense against... That's where we can go on our first date with that chick who was up on the... I forget her name already, on the chimney, or on the fireplace. The defense against the Dark Arts Tower. Isn't that a meme of the series too? Like, even though I haven't seen all the movies and stuff, like every defense of the Dark Arts teacher is a bad guy, pretty much. Starting with Quirrell. Tower and the Transfiguration Courtyard. The Bell Tower Wing. The Bell Tower Wing of Hogwarts, comprising the Bell Tower Entrance Hall, the Bell Towers, and the North Hall. Yeah, and this game will be like mature or something because it'll have so much action in it, so it's like almost not intended for the original audience of Harry Potter. But like I said, you can say that even with some of the later movies or books, like where you get towards the Deathly Hallows and stuff. Let's see. Defense of the Dark Arts, Transfiguration Courtyard, the Bell Tower. You're gonna fight some gargoyle statues on there. That'd be a hilarious homage to Dark Souls if they did that. Or maybe Dark Souls copied it from. Maybe there is a scene like that in the show. I mean, we've already fought, or in the books and stuff. We already fought some fucking statues that came to life anyway. The library annex, the annex of the library. This is like Somnium level flavor text. We'll give it that distinction. Like whenever there's flavor text, it just says what the thing is. You look at a book and it says a book or whatever. That's how Somnium does a lot of it, unfortunately. The Grand Staircase, the magnificent staircase of Hogwarts, and the Great Hall, the famous Hall of Hogwarts. You could have done a little better on those flavor texts. What happens if we click on it on like the left side? Will it just do the same thing? I guess it won't do anything. Flue Flames, inventory, quests, talents, outposts, collections, challenges, settings. So now settings, it just goes back to this same thing, but at least it looks a little more immersive with the book in the background now. Inventory, same thing. Okay, we've looked at all this, but somehow just a different way to get to it. And there'll be hotkeys for all of them too, I'm sure. Collections. Okay. So that wasn't too bad as far as how much flavor they give you right away. I almost don't like it anymore when they give you too much. Like, I'm impressed on one hand, but then it's too time consuming and I can't help but look at all of it. Quests can be tracked.
Good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use Flue Flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
Oh yeah, that's like what we could have interacted with outside of the common area. You're telling me it's perfect timing because I sat there and looked at that for like 20 minutes? Because if I didn't do that, we'd be waiting here? Good thing. You've discovered a Flue Flames. Oh, fast travel? I don't like fast travel. Or I like it better in that Goblin's little thing that he took us on. I almost thought we would be using stuff like that. You can open the map at any time to fast travel to any of the Flue Flames. It's just Hogwarts. You should just be able to walk around it, dude. It's not that big. I mean, compared to like what the wide open world would be like, Hogwarts is divided into two main areas. The left side of but now before it forces you to do that, like there's no way to actually walk through. There's no connecting area. Left side of the map is where students and professors are, and includes the house common rooms in the Great Hall. Like the South Wing region to continue. In this view, you can see Flue Flames available. Green Flue Flames represent flames you have discovered, including your own house room. Gray reveal locations of undiscovered flames. So we have seen that one outside the common area. The right side of the map is where you'll find academic points of interest, including Astronomy Tower, Library, Greenhouses, like the library area. But I haven't been to any of these, so has unlocked it for you. That's not how it works. You have to discover it yourself. Use A and D to rotate the map And fast travel to the central hall location with space. What if I don't want to, though? No fast travel run. It's going to force me. Use A and D to rotate and fast travel to the central hall. Divination, potions, greenhouse, library. Central hall. A white outline indicates your target. Aim mode right click reveals additionally secondary targets. I love that one mechanic, like where we did the stupefy, but we hit something else with the stupefy.
Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall.
Oh shit, I just love the way it actually looks.
You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall.
Yeah, so why would you need to fast travel in the first place? I just love how...
Indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive. Our King's Cross station, so to speak.
You know what? I don't really like the hood thing. I was doing it just to change my appearance in some way, but it doesn't really fit with what's happening right now. Change appearance. Or wait, no, we don't have to do it from there. I didn't want to change my actual appearance until we go back to the dorm.
That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
Replace the supplies because our wagon got destroyed. Thank you, Professor. Can you tell me more about Charm class, Defense of the Dark Arts class? Don't trust the Professor. What's Hogsmeade?
You mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in Britain and is home to an array of shops and pubs. You should be able to find all of the school supplies you require in Hogsmeade. You will also, I imagine, enjoy many a butterbeer there with friends in due course.
We're not of legal age to be having beer, am I right? Can you tell me more about Charms class, Hogsmeade? But shouldn't you have like an on-campus store too? I guess you probably do. It even mentioned that. So this must just have a more extended selection of stuff to buy. But it kept mentioning one of those in the when we looked through their ingredients that they can be bought at this such and such place.
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of Defense Against the Dark Arts is required for those who aspire to become Aurors. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Heckert in charge of our students' education in that regard.
Have you heard about the trend of them taking it a little bit one step too far and trying to induce their students to become better at defending against it by actually using it in nefarious ways?
What will I learn in Charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful. I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard and a talented teacher.
There should actually be a lot of RP interaction stuff you can do. Like you can go around and cast a hex on a student and they'll get mad at you, and like that's the kind of stuff. If it was like an MMO or something, that's totally what it would be. It wouldn't just be for combat purposes.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
Yeah, like when she's saying, oh, they'll give you other additional tasks to do. Is it going to involve clearing out 1 million bandit camps and just roaming around the world and killing everything in sight? Because that's kind of how this is probably going to go. There is, in fact, and you might think, oh, that option is red, but that's actually just like something on her neckline, right? In her clothing. This is the Renegade, this is the Paragon option. I'm afraid there isn't. I mean, I'm not going to tell her. I told him I wouldn't. My suspicion is that there's more to the story. Although I'd like to admit it and then just go on a wild open world chase.
I'm sorry, Professor, but I'm afraid that's all there is to it.
Hmm. Almost precisely what Professor Fig said. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you. Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
Yeah, just get me out of this place for a little bit so I can see the open world aspect. Not that I don't like the amount of detail in here. It's kind of cool. Although this is going to drive me crazy with as much... Basically, it just shows you what you can interact with. Return... Oh, no, don't do that. Never show me that. What? Like, I'm still in the school. The school is the quest area, dude. Never show me messages like that. What? I can't stand in this little box at the end of the thing that's already cutting me off from moving any further? Give me a break. That's always one of the worst mechanics in any game. You should never do that. Like, what harm is it going to do? What am I going to do in this little section that's going to cause so much harm? Let's walk around, go up to the top. It almost doesn't feel very RP intensive to sprint, but in fact, to even have the wand out at all. How do you sheath your wand, I wonder? That's just where we came from, so we could fast travel back and probably just dick around the rest of the...
Nice to see you, my young friend.
Oh, that's her talking. How do you even do this? Or do you have to do it from the map? Like, could I just go back to the other thing and just explore the other parts if I wanted? So it was like where? We were in the very front end, which I... Like here. So one of these should be green. Otherwise, how would we get out of here? It might not want me to do it, but I'm kind of just curious. It wasn't the grand staircase. I actually don't even know where I was. I feel like it was right here. The Great Hall. It must have been here because it was like right in front. So she gave us a different waypoint, but removed the other one. Or whatever. Okay, let's go up top. Before we progress. Oh my god, never mind. It wasn't doing that before. I guess I could explore the entire Gryffindor area. Talk to Professor Fig. I need to talk to Professor Fig. That almost made her seem nefarious a little bit. How much he was chiding Fig for, you know, just... You chose to fly right in the path of a dragon. She's getting like a little passive aggressive with him. Like I almost just died, dude. And she suspects that we're lying, which of course we are lying, but... They obviously just can't handle the truth. Come on with this 15-second thing, dude. You could technically try to go through there. We can go like one little step at a time. See how far we can go in each direction. Like how far is he going to let us go? Come on. I'm sure we'll have chances to look through stuff later, but... Trying to control my crazy tendency to do that. And yeah, she'll keep track of our progress through our... book or whatever, but we have to leave out the part where we go around and kill a million bandits and rescue animals and do all these crazy things that are probably not at all part of my education. At some point the staff's going to get in on it and accept the fact that we're doing that, but
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you masterfully evade Professor Weasley's interrogation regarding our late arrival?
all I did was say the same thing that you did, so she knows we kind of rehearsed it. Just, there's not much more to it than that. What an expert liar that is. You did, sir. I didn't like to lie to her.
I did try to evade her questions, though I feel a little deceptive. That said, I'm fairly certain she suspects that we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
Unfold it. Open quest log. Map. That's going to be telling me stuff that I've already looked at, but I guess these weren't there before. Represents main quest. Completing main quest will further story, unlock new features, grant XP. The only way you can gain XP, it said, was like from... I forgot now, but it almost implied that you couldn't get it from combat, just from fighting random stuff, which means I wouldn't feel bad then for wandering around and doing that. What is my mouse doing right now? I'm moving it and it's like, whatever. Some quests are locked by spell or level requirements. In these cases, you will need to be the required level and or have the required spell to activate the quest. New spells can be earned by completing professor's assignments or quest rewards. Defense against the dark arts class. So... track quest. The field map shows Professor Hackett's class in the lower section of the astronomy wing. I could get lost in this castle. I may need to use the charmed compass V in the field guide to help me find the way. Field guide shows Professor Ronan's class. Who mentioned Ronan? Oh, the chick who was trying to do something with the hat, do like a non-verbal spell. She was talking about impressing Ronan in the astronomy wing. The castle is enormous. I may need to use the charmed compass to help me find the way. I like at least it says different things for the second part there. Okay, so what does it even want me to do? Oh, I guess, oh shit, it'll just take me there?
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Sometimes the lip syncing feels a little bit off. Yeah, but see, little does he know, the way that we use the compass is the opposite. Not to tell us where to go, but to tell us where not to go in order to explore everything else. Explore everything that we're not meant to do before we do what we are meant to do. Otherwise, it'll advance the story and maybe we'll miss something. Although it seems like it wouldn't do that to you. Now, would it let me fast travel again back to where I came from? Because it doesn't make sense. We must have at least one fast travel location. I guess you could say whatever that chick's name was who was messing around with the hat got charmed by Ronan, or she wants to charm Ronan. Okay, we go here. So there's two of them to go back to. I kind of don't even want to use this fast travel mechanic at all. But obviously it's going to be so big that V. Oh, it'll use those magical wisps the same way that, you know, maybe they were guiding me in that thing before. I don't know how you can put away the wand, but I would almost want to sometimes just for the RP of it. T makes you walk, apparently. Which... if you hold it, that's kind of annoying because you don't always just want to have it out. Very good atmosphere and stuff, though. That's going to be the same thing guiding me, or was that just something else? Can you destroy, like, these pots? I guess I won't even try. Ocean's Classroom. Flue Flames. Location discovered. So I don't think she's going to keep chiding me for going away I'm not meant to go. I don't think it'll restrict me now as far as, like, you're not on the mission or whatever. So you could choose which class to go to first, or presumably, like, realistically, there would be, like, a schedule. You can't just do that, but... I don't think that'll be too meaningful of a plot decision, though, like that you favored one over the other. Just get to look through, steal from their chest. Whoops, I hit F twice, so I might have missed something. Memorandum, date 31st of December 1875, from our office, Morgan and Burks. Morgan and Burks had an increased amount of activity outside the ordinary shop hours, particularly in the wee hours of the night, with suspicious deliveries being made to the shop's back entrance. Given what we know of the shop's reputation, we are adding that more auras to join us that have already been watching the shop. You are among the new edition. Further instructions to follow. Huh. Some kind of conspiracy going on. Now, did we just take the note or did we just look at it? Because he didn't even close the chest, so they'll know somebody's been in here to find that. Go to the Charms class. So it's not enough to do our classes and to solve whatever the mystery of the locket is. We also want to solve all these other side quests too. Like, fuck, dude. I've heard of college being a busy time in your life, but this technically isn't even college, right? Because we're 16. It'd be more like high school still. But yeah, we should always just do that. You're going to be hearing some of these spell names like a ton, though. Like every time you parry in combat, you'll hear stupefy, stupefy, stupefy. Knock over the books. There's some physics interactions. There's even like some destructible environment stuff earlier. I'm not doing it to even be a dick. It's just kind of testing the limits of this. There must be a way to sheath your wand. I just don't know how to do it. You can even roll in here, which is maybe foreshadowing that there'll be a lot of unexpected combat encounters. Like how the troll got into the school in the Philosopher's Stone. That's almost what I should call it. It's not the Sorcerer's Stone. Because they thought, oh, kids and stuff wouldn't be as interested. Probably it was a good decision. Or go like Boss Grand, the longest title ever. The Sage's Stone, the Celestial Stone, the Great Elixir, the Red Tincture, the Next Element. Did you really think a substance of so many names would be limited to just the form of a stone? Classic dialogue. And then Marco says something similar in the other series too. Yeah, you got this magical chalkboard that writes itself, but little did you know we have this thing called technology instead. What is almost looks like you can interact with that, but I guess not. You're gonna just have me wandering around all day because I can't help it. We'll end up coming here anyway, but I wonder if he'll acknowledge me in any way. Doesn't seem like it. I'm not meant to be here. I'm using my invisibility spell. Just don't mind me. That'd be a cool way to explain a lot of the things you can't explain otherwise in any video game. Like, why can't you see your feet when they're touching the floor if you're in first person or whatever? Like, why don't these people acknowledge your presence when you keep wandering around back and forth? I don't really like the sprinting indoors, but at some point, it's so big that you're going to have to do that. Now, this doesn't even seem like you can interact with it. No inhibitions about just stealing from chests constantly. You move pretty fast even without your... I guess this makes you walk more RP style, but... There's an RP walk, there's a pretty fast walk, and then there's obviously the actual sprint. I like... I like how so many games have done away with like stamina bars and systems. It seems like you could just do it as much as you want. Like there's a little cooldown after it, but you're like always fast rolling. Oh, is this just like the outside of the college? No. I mean, it is outside, but I meant like outside the front. So now it is just going to really let you explore the whole thing. I kind of want to explore an overworld though, more so than anything. 21 and 17. Does that mean that's like my power level and stuff? So it's not high enough to go in there? That'll be some kind of like creature test, combat test. But this is a hard one playthrough anyway, so we should be able to challenge ourselves if I want. So that has a little bit of loading time. Transfiguration Courtyard. Does look really good, and this is only on medium. I almost don't even want to fuck with it, though. It'll probably give me some problem. Oftentimes, it is a game's fault. Like, Because like some games I can run with no issue, and then other ones are just poor ports. So it makes it seem like, oh, just get a better computer to compensate for the bad port, and don't blame the game. As although this doesn't seem like a bad port, really. It could just be that demanding. Almost seems like you could just jump and swim around, but we might run into the John Marston effect, so I won't try it. Defense against the Dark Arts Tower. Well, that is kind of what I was trying to go anyway, but...
Nice to see you, my young friend.
Okay, those could get annoying after a while. Big sister is watching you. The headmaster is kind of being needlessly a dick, though, as much as everybody else seems to sympathize with our little dragon plight, or at least wants to gossip about it. And then, of course, Weasley is all over our case trying to investigate the... It's very important for them to have gotten this aspect right, though, because you're going to be spending a lot of time, I think, you know, just, or at least I'm the type of player who would spend a lot of time wandering around doing all these interactions in between quests and stuff. Huh. There's a lot of those that don't really do anything, like eating the nuts and stuff, which you could keep doing over and over. Eat the nuts, drink the tea, and what was the other thing we could do? Like, spin the globes and whatnot. What is that? Oh, I'm going to keep forgetting to do this, and it's going to kind of trigger me.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented flu powder.
It's not inconvenient, dude. It's immersive. But I guess, oh, it's magic. It's in-universe, so it's okay. But even then, I kind of hate fast travel. As a general idea. Like, really, do you really need fast travel for a place like this when it's just a school? I understand out in the overworld, if you're going between the highlands and whatever other places they mentioned, that's different, but... So, one of those is Defense of the Dark Arts. I should be finding at least another one of those pages in front of, like, a painting or something that's gonna bump up my count, because you need a second one for those glasses or whatever. History of Magic. This is me when I'm playing Magic the Gathering. Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that, because I always like to play the historic format. Or I could make my own little compilation. History of me being a Magic user in video games. Pretty much every RPG I've ever played. Almost to the point where it became so much that I made a point to play Warriors and stuff lately just to... so it doesn't feel like overkill. Like even when I played EverQuest, I was playing like a Knight and a Beastmaster. When I played Lord of the Rings, I was playing like a Burglar and a something else. So try to mix it up a little bit. I wonder how much difference in playstyle there. It's kind of going to be the kind of game where you can just do whatever you want, though, right? There'll be healing spells, there'll be damage spells, there'll be conjuration, summon stuff. There'll just be everything, I bet. But I wonder if like you really spec into stuff where you have to commit to one thing, because that kind of makes it more meaningful. So like where you get one at the expense of another. Oh, this is going to overwhelm me, but I can't help it. This is kind of a very big, important moment where you get to explore like the whole place. So we came from there. It's going to be hard to keep track of even where I haven't been. So this just leads to a dead end, or maybe not. Yeah, I almost like it when it's locked, because then I don't have to drive myself too crazy with this. We can't talk to any of these people at will. That would really put it over the top if you could at any time, and they'll have constantly new things to say based on like where you are in the game and stuff. And yeah, why are they so impressed? Like Weasley was saying, like, you do have a pretty basic level understanding of magic, but shouldn't you have a basic level understanding if you're a fifth-year student? That's like something you would say to somebody who's a first-year student, I would think. Locked. Now, isn't this like the front entrance? Side quests are now available. What, from me just walking around? It didn't say this before. Available side quests can be found inside regions marked as a flag and discovered by exploring the world. These quests reward XP but do not advance the main quest. So that's a good way to power level and over level yourself, but you also do put yourself at risk, so Side quests. You can't even see the world map. Library annex. Wait, I don't even really understand it. Okay, that you can get rid of for now. Side quests are available. Whatever. We're just kind of looking around still, but that would be a good way to do something other than just wander around the whole time. Blue Tower, yeah. Every 5 steps we take is another one of those. Crimson Motley Garb. Once again, I'm not going to do that.
Adventure, are we?
Yeah, venturing through a different wing of the school. That almost seems like something you would want to play around with. Huh. They didn't want me to hit it. They put it in some kind of glass encasement or something. Why did it say side quests were available right then, though? That almost didn't seem like the... Is that what that means, probably? Like... I guess I didn't fully understand. Here, quests. Charms class. Defense against the dark arts, but those are main. Attend the 2 classes. Where would it say side quest? I guess you have to go find it first. No relationship, no side quests available. Welcome to Hogwarts, path to Hogwarts. Tells you all the spells you learned and stuff. It should give you a choice somewhere, like, oh, you know, you have the choice of learning 1 of 2 combat spells. You kind of get to spec a little bit. Now, where did I come from? I think I came from there, away from the bells. Probably not going to be able to interact with a whole lot of stuff, but that's fine. Why is it lagging here? Damn, dude. I should still keep doing this just to make sure I'm not missing anything. Always look behind. It is the sort of thing I would spam like every 5 steps. But I don't think you have to do it quite that much. Suit of armor is humming. Are we going to see that crazy dog thing somewhere in a dungeon? Interact. Loosen black and white pinstripe scarf. I'll look at all that once I go back to my dorm. It's not like I'm going to fight anything randomly in the... I keep calling it college, in the school. Another outdoor thing here, so it almost tempts me to want to jump over and go somewhere. Oh no, you don't even have to do that. It's going to be impossible for me to keep track of where I haven't been.
Revelio.
Of course, we're unlocking all the fast travel things already, but...
How nice to see you, my young friend.
It shows you that way you can interact with it, but not only can you not, but it doesn't even matter because you can just do it. I guess you have to do it from one to another, but it almost doesn't seem like it. It seems like you could just do it from anywhere. I don't know. I haven't actually used it yet, except when they forced me to. Doesn't seem like there's been really any doors you can't go through so far, like that aren't locked. And so once we get the level 1 unlock ability, there will be like a million. Oh, maybe we can get our own little plot here to plan stuff, because he kept talking about that in the menus. Little greenhouse area. We came through there. They want us to go to that Hogsmeade town to buy some stuff, and they want us to go to the 2 classes. We've already handled hardened combat, so it's weird that... How could we not have found any of those other pages to look at if there's 150? In all this searching? I must be doing something wrong. Yeah, you can roll here, but not at the beginning when it really should have been tutorializing that. So just to be clear, they still haven't told you that you can do that. They only told you that you can parry, I think, with Q, which you can do apparently anytime that you want. So it's all about the timing, I guess. Like, you could do it early, and you would theoretically think it might still work, but I don't see why you wouldn't hold it down every time unless you feel like you're going to get hit by something else in that amount of time. Almost made it feel like a Batman Shadow of Mordor type of style, more so than even a Dark Souls or whatever, because only one thing would attack you at a time, right? It's like somehow there's this honor code like that. You weren't here before. Oh shit. Okay, let's go. Where did I come from? I'm probably one of the only people who really does it to this extent, where I'll look through every little fucking thing. And I'll probably still miss something, but at least I try to find everything. How do I even get out of here? We came from here. I guess I could jump it, but that doesn't feel proper. This just leads back to like the second floor. We came from here. We go down. You go through here and you get what? This is where we just were, I think. What if I go down further? It's just the same thing. See if there's fall damage. I mean, I'm sure there is, but not like... Yeah, imagine doing that. You'll die at the school from like hanging out with that one chick who likes high places and just die like that rather than anything else. I forgot what it said about side quests. Like, it did say side quests are available.
Revelio.
Not even showing anything that you can do to interact with it. That's kind of a cool view. Okay, let's go out of here. I think we've explored this section pretty thoroughly. Right, that's just like a dead end with the tree. Let me look at the map again. Change map, rotate, zoom. What is this? Oh, this will be like the clothing and stuff. Probably. Inventory, gear, map, quests, challenges, quests. Complete main quest, lock challenge. Legendary gloves. Appearance. But that still wouldn't have a magic value or impact. I don't think. It's weird that it said the wands are just going to be cosmetic like that. I don't know why it told me about a side quest. Is that why this is black, or does that just mean that's where I am? Oh, that's going to bother me now, because it just said it. The bell tower. I don't see any icon or anything for it. Main quest. I'm sure you could just do them later too, but... Or it should tell me like that same thing again. But I guess it won't. Rotate. The library annex. These are just your fast travel locations. So I don't know whether we can swim or not, so I don't want to find out. There was some water on the outer part. If you could jump down, I guess we could have found out.
Revelio.
I do like that it at least has like a wide range, so even if something's like super far away, you don't have to do it all the time. That's locked. There's a chest in there. Presumably we can't open any of the locks because our thing is just 0. And who knows, we might get in trouble for cracking all the locks anyway. This is something we just did. Now that guy knows the secret too. I like how he's even looking in that direction. What was this again? This was just to look over the edge. That one is locked. Isn't this where we just... Oh, maybe this is a side quest. But maybe just said that there are side quests. Maybe that's just what the color means. But I feel like the color means that you're just there. Quests can be tracked. Yeah, we know. Isn't this where I just talked to the guy? Or it could just be like a similar looking place. Identical looking, more like it. So where haven't I looked? We looked around all here. We can talk to her. Presumably that is the side quest that was talking about. But we couldn't go through some of these because it kept saying out of quest area and stuff. Roll. Huh. I don't know what that means. Transfiguration courtyard. So this is where I just went through, and then I made a huge circle around. And I think I went through here too.
resource indeed, your field guide.
Okay, we looked through this section. I guess having the fast travel stuff unlocked would at least tell me that I must have been through there, but I don't know if I went through every little nook and cranny. You can blow off her side quest now. So what is down here? The library. Don't cast spells in the library just because they require you to talk, or that's why you got to learn non-verbal spells just for courtesy purposes. Then all the globes. How many globes does one school really need?
Revelio.
There's like a hidden chest there. There's gonna be some secret to the bookcase. You don't really see what it is though. You can't really seem to crouch either, so I don't know how that would work in terms of stealth. Maybe spinning the globe would be the secret itself. I'm sure we could figure it out later. That is one area that's kind of inspired by, I feel like, Harry Potter in some ways, like the Duke's archives and stuff. Just kind of had that vibe to it.
What are you up to now?
She sounds worried that time. The longer it goes on, they're going to expel me before I even go to one class. She did encourage my adventuring spirit earlier. Nothing to interact with there. So I tried going down here, but then it wouldn't let me because of the you're going too far from the quest thing. Which thankfully didn't last too long, but Professor Black, might I suggest a ban on magic in the library? Someone has been seeking into the restricted section, and Cressida Bloom seems to think of the library as her own personal arena in which to practice her latest incantations. It is most disruptive. One might consider Peeves tame by comparison to such antics. Is that the one who was trying to do stuff in the hat, I think? But without spells, how are we going to crack the mystery of that chest? Or sometimes it's a good thing to like look around the rest of the room so you'll get an idea of the way they want you to come in. This doesn't seem to really do much for me. Imagine if I do that, they come and arrest me and put me in the school jail. Just for
How inconvenient travel was before I invented flu powder.
If you didn't know how it was spelled, you would think he's talking about the flu. Who needs a flu vaccine when you have the flu powder? Can't go through there. Can't get the chest. Let's go up one of these staircases, although there were some other doors to just go through. Or is that where I came from? Nothing over there. What is that? Diamond classic school uniform. We're just stealing not only money from the college, but uniforms and stuff. Nobody seems to care. Pretend like we're using an invisibility potion the whole time. But this must just be where I came from. And then I can check up the staircase. Familiarize ourselves since we missed the orientation because we were late. But now we'll be late for class too. But see, we have this guy vouching for us, who's part of the ministry or whatever, so that does give us special privileges. Never mind the fact that we're a fifth-year student. I could literally spend like fucking 10 hours just doing this, looking around at every single nook and cranny of the college. I'm just going to keep calling it the college. I think part of the reason why I called it that too is because of Skyrim, like the College of Winterhold. He did like a half sprint there for a second. I like how big of a trend that was, like all these people posting stuff to TikTok and whatnot about like, there was even a term made for it and articles written like walking into people or whatever. I forget what it's called. Like you just, I'm not gonna move out of the way, I'll let them move out of the way for me. It's like, how about you both move halfway out of the way for each other? Or like nobody's really at fault because you're both, I don't know, both stay on the right side, like driving, like a right of way thing. All these little minor things people make such a big deal about. Okay, let's get out of the library. I could do the side quest here. I'm not sure if that's the one that it was kind of referring to, just by looking at the map. Let's get out of the area and actually test that theory. Like if I was to... Like, how would I get out of here without fast traveling? Maybe you can't. No, you must be able to somehow. Weasley would never expel you. What is this part? I don't think I've been here yet because it kept stopping me too. That's been pretty good about letting me go through every single door. That's just like a loading thing. Whenever you go to the outside, it seems to have to do that. Is this going to be the tower that goes up to the highest point? That chick is totally going to get me killed with fall damage. We'll be on a date and I'll be trying to impress her. And that'll be how our character dies.
Off on another adventure, are we?
Now this will actually be the dark arts thing, so I wouldn't want to trigger this yet. Oh my god, this is going to be like almost too overwhelming. This is the problem with not doing it as like a main series. Like, oh, I could just do this, you know, do this episode, and the next episode we'll actually do some missions, but who knows if or when I'll return to it when it's like a flex format thing. But it is very interesting so far. Let's just do like the side quest, I guess. Or let's do the side quest and the main quest here and then try to... Normally I would just explore the whole goddamn place though, just for the heck of it. Because I always like to just stay ahead of it in terms of, you know, like see things that you're not meant to see yet, but then when you do see them, you already know about them or you're already prepared.
Hello, I don't believe we've met.
Oh, hello. I'm Lenora. Pardon me if I seem a little distracted at the moment. Everyone thinks I'm utterly balmy. Samantha thinks I'm potty. But it's this painting. I never noticed it before. If I know Hogwarts, and I do, an empty frame doesn't appear for no reason. There's something more to this.
Somebody put it there. They felt like decorating. Have you learned anything about it? Or are there any other paintings like that here?
Have you gained any insights about the painting since you've been studying it?
I did discover that casting Lumos has an effect of some kind. But I'm not sure what to do next.
I only have like 3 spells, so that's already one option out of the way.
Are there any other empty paintings like this around the school?
Yes, a few. This entire place is somewhat of a riddle, to be honest. If I can work out the riddle of this one, I'll know what to do with all of them. As good a place as any to begin.
Be such a shame if they didn't have like a chess scene, what is it called, wizard's chess towards the end. But they kind of ruined that scene in the movie for whatever it's worth, because they don't give you any context. I understand like, oh, it's just for kids or whatever, so it doesn't matter, but they don't give you any kind of context of the moves or the position or anything. Just give us something. If you're going to make this whole elaborate chess setup, you can't even tell what's going on. I don't care if you're a GM, they don't even show you the pieces. Like, the chess scenes are so bad, and they're almost as bad as the ones in the Queen's Gambit, am I right?
At the time I may look. Could be intriguing.
I've been racking my brains long enough. I hope you'll have better luck than I have.
The game against Benny, where they show pawn to e4 or whatever.
Remind me if you stumble on something illuminating that solves the mystery.
The first move, and then they're just done. This whole thing skips. Like, what the fuck is that? That was such an anticipated, important game. You're supposed to do that first. And
The spot must be a clue. I should look around in case it's nearby.
A clue. It's like a statue. Look like a clown just running around with us. That'll be the classic line like in Skyrim. Watch where you point that thing. Don't burn anything around, okay?
To solve the riddle of the empty painting soon.
So maybe she can't see that, but I can because I just have special powers. Oh, now it's gonna ruin me actually finding it myself because it wants to show me that.
This looks like the location from the painting. Let's get you back to your frame, little moth.
Shit, I hate these fucking icons. Whatever. Now what? Put it away?
I knew there was a connection. I should tell Lenora that I solved the puzzle of that empty frame.
Field page guide you get only because of that. Now it just goes away. Like field insights, so now you have to go back to that thing to collect the reward, which is so stupid. Why not just give it to me? How contrived. That is literally like a multiplayer reward track type of mechanic, but why in a single player game? See, that would have been more enjoyable to do if it didn't have the trackers on there. Let me see if I can actually turn that off. That's so annoying. Not that it's anything special to this game. Every game does that, but graphics options. It's not going to really be here, I don't think. I'm surprised it's medium. It's probably borderline high, but it was even stuttering still a little bit. I don't know why. It's the best graphic game in existence, I guess. It's not bad, actually, but... accessibility, colorblind mode, mini-map pathing. Activates or deactivates the guided path on the mini-map. How about just, like... Don't show me any of the prompts for like the toggle aim mode, blah blah blah. That might be it. User interface option, HUD tracking icons, show or hide, world tracking icons for missions, point of interest, etc. Yeah, what if we just turn these off? I don't know what this actually means compared to that. Mini map pathing. I guess I'll turn that off and I'll turn these off too. Special notifications, wheel HUD, damage numbers, mount controls, enemy target info, mini map, health, ancient magic meter. Oh, that's going to be a mechanic. That means we'll unlock special spells that never existed in the series. Show experience, find, quest notifications, standard notifications, HUD tracking icons. So maybe that'll be just good enough to not show me exactly, because it was enough to just show me the statue.
Revelio.
That was our second page. Here's the third page. These are going to be all over the place. Central Hall Fountain Guide pages. This ornate fountain features intricately carved statues of denizens of the magical world, including a set of stone sirens encircling the fountain's base. Where was she? She's up there. First side quest? I thought she'd actually send me outside and make me fight a troll or something.
Lenora, I solved the mystery of that painting.
You did? How?
I followed the clues I'm not telling.
I found the location depicted in the painting, and then I cast Lumos to guide a moth back to the frame.
All very logical, I suppose. Pity I was so close to solving it.
You have a knack for solving riddles. Natty's good at that too. So is Meat, although he does tend to over-explain. Well, I'm glad someone figured it out.
But maybe it was just
Moth! I should have seen that.
like a moth to a frame. Good one. It's like, was that because of our special ability that we can see things that other people can't, or was that just her being too stupid to find the location in it? Because she kept saying it was an empty painting, so that kind of gives away we're outing ourselves as having this prodigal talent. Maybe. Okay, let's actually go and do the classes, despite my desire to explore every little place. I like that they let you do that, but at least when you're on a mission, it's not going to. Let's actually go to the... Or yeah, like even for stuff like this, it still shouldn't show me where to go for them. I should just have to find it. So I can explore as much as I want until I do that. Right? Like, what would be that? HUD tracking icons, standard notifications, quest notifications. Does that mean it'll show me that, like... No, it'll still show me that on the map. I don't want to get rid of the minimap entirely. I guess it's good enough just to show me the general direction, but then I shouldn't track it. I should have to at least find it myself. Where was that? Gameplay options, user interface options, quest notifications, HUD tracking icons is off though still. I don't know if that's even what that would mean. Defense against the dark arts. I kind of don't even want to do that. I don't want to do that one first. Actually, we'll save the better one for later, because that guy's going to be a major villain, of course. That's the problem sometimes with not... Wait, there's a chest icon there. What? Maybe it's on the other side of this? Or maybe it's on like a different level altogether? Even if you haven't seen a series or you don't know much about a series, you'll still get spoiled from memes and stuff on certain aspects of something. Going like a chest. Maybe this can sometimes... I mean, that was only because she told me to do it. Does look kind of silly sometimes just running around with the wand. Can't you put it in like a holster or something? I don't know if that's something normal that people do. Like just in casual everyday interactions. Like, are these people holding wands? I feel like they're not. Or they might not even always keep it with them because they don't expect... Oh, what? I can just walk through people? Must be some form of magic. That's weird. I just did it by sheer accident, but you almost shouldn't be able to do that. Let's find the other one. Yeah, see, imagine doing it without the mini-map or anything. Then that would encourage you to explore in more of a realistic kind of way, wouldn't it? Just turn off the mini-map altogether. How about that? And then I'll just choose not to use the bigger map either. Now you'd have to find it on your own. I guess it'll still tell you where you are, but let's try to find that other place just from sheer what I've learned from exploring. It's not actually too far from here. It'll be the astronomy tower. I'll at least accept the fact that it'll say those notifications at the bottom. That much you can't help. What was that? What the hell is he doing? I don't know if I've been here before actually or not yet. Oh shit. There's like the music room. And also it'd be a nice high place to show off to that chick. I can't remember any of those characters' names actually that we met. See, this just makes you more feel like just explore. It doesn't matter where you go or what you're supposed to be doing as long as they give you stuff to find. So it could still be considered open world, and the fact that it's like the school is open to you, but not really, because, you know, I'm sure there'll be outside areas to explore, like they've mentioned. You just run through the books like you can run through people. That's kind of weird that it lets you do that. Level 1 lock. Room has a nice vibe to it. I hate how you just break the fucking... So what is this about? You can interact with it, but apparently not with something I can do yet. It makes a certain ongoing sound. Huh. There must be some kind of puzzle to it, like you're supposed to, or maybe you're supposed to pick that up and put it here, but I don't have a spell to be able to do that, or I can't just manually pick it up with my hand. Lock on with that. I'm sure there'll be ways to do it later. Oh shit, what is T now? Essential. Oh, this is gonna like spoil what all the spells are gonna be. I don't even want to look at those. Like the keybind spoils stuff, everything spoils stuff. You'd have to get that one too. There's gonna be some telekinesis type stuff that just pulls it towards you. Okay, this is gonna... Oh, this actually you can open. Patchwork Sorcerer Hat. Armillary Spheres. What the fuck? What did that even do? Or maybe it took me to the other side. Botanical Gold Leaf. Mooncalf Statue. That kind of scared me a little bit. This is how it spat me out the other way. Of course, they built it with this in mind. So like, oh, there's no other way to get up or down here. It's just sometimes it's done for like audience effect more so than anything else. What would be the practical purpose of such a thing? Or I guess you can get down from here, but not from there. Either that or they have some nefarious in-universe purpose, like they'll try to trap somebody there and clown them. That'd be a good prank. Nobody would think to go inside of the frog statue. Wait, it looks like there was a door down there too. Wait, where did this lead again? I forgot. Or maybe I didn't go any further. I'm trying to find, let's say, one of my classes. We have to do it as if we were a real student. So it would have to be the, what is it? The astronomy thing or the charms thing? Hogwarts. Yeah, I never would have guessed I'm in Hogwarts. But it just says that like where you're not in a specific part of it, I guess. Roll around like a clown, which I wish I would have known how to do. Because that would have worked too. I wouldn't have needed to do the Q, but I guess I did need to do the Q because that would have, it still requires you to do it as like a mission objective. So we did the side quest. Without using the map, how would we find, it's like in the astronomy area, I think. This always gives you a more meaningful reason to explore. What was here? I don't think I went to this part. This will be outside again. Like a main area. Almost tempting me to go outside into the wild and do stuff. I don't know what that is. Like a brazier. Just use magic to light it. Oh yeah, werewolves I think are part of the universe actually. Like from that scene where he's like page number whatever. Snape keeps saying the page number over and over. Look how quiet it is out here. Just use some kind of levitate spell to go out there and explore the open world. I wonder how long it actually takes to get to that point. It even took a little bit just to get to Hogwarts, which was surprising. Of course, I make it take a lot longer by being so thorough. Huh. Didn't expect any people to be out here. They're on like a little private date. One is the charms class and one of them is the dark arts class. I guess I could have just done that since I was already there. Nice romantic view.
Lumos.
Does sometimes seem silly when you just say the name. It's like a Japanese anime trope, right? You have to say the name of the attack before you do it. Like Kamehameha or... I guess sometimes Vegeta doesn't even do that, though. Sometimes he'll say Gallic Gun or Final Flash, but sometimes he just won't. He certainly doesn't say, like, oh, Big Bang Attack when he does it to Cell. Or maybe you just can't hear it from there. That one he kind of just vaulted on his own. I didn't even do that. Okay, let's just complete these missions at least. But the real trick of the mission is going to be... Oh shit, we're already back to the hall. So many of these clowns just doing stuff in random rooms. Trying to jump scare people. Literally jump scare because they're floating in the air. Reception hall. This would always give me a good idea of entrance hall. So can I just go outside? How cool would that be if it just let you do that? But every time you think it's truly outside, it never is. There's so many outside areas of it. This is where we just were, I think. or some of the areas will look so similar because it's like two opposite parts of the same courtyard. Because the name of the exam is even named after, like, abbreviated to owl. It's gonna be locked like everything else. What was the one I forgot? I forgot Ravenclaw. Slytherin Dungeon. Should I really be doing this? Blue Four-Eye Spectacle. Not only am I going into here probably unannounced and without permission, but I'm stealing from them too, of course. That's gonna be me soon. You guys always stomping. Alert my presence, everybody here. Wow, I didn't think I'd just be able to do this. Why are the mirrors always so messed up? I guess because it can't account for your exact character model, but you wouldn't think that would be that big of a deal to do. Lets you do a lot of just random meaningless interactions, which is cool, I guess, but what else do we have here? Yeah, I love how that's going to become the closest thing to my debate format again, is I'll just do those long-ass intros where I go in super depth about something. Yeah, let's just try to get to class on time. Even though, yeah, you could make it even more immersive, like really set like a real life time. Like if I can't find the class by then, I just lose. I get expelled. Because really, oh shit, am I going in like the girls' bathroom? Of course, it lets you do that not because you're a creep, but because it's a progressive thing to do in this day and age. Let's create a duality in which we have, like, you know, men's and women's sports and then complain about not being included in them. How about the real problem is that there is that separation in the first place? Why not just have sports, period, then? That was always my argument. In fact, I said that many years before this was even an issue. Just as a general concept. Why not, like for chess especially, like chess is not any innate physical advantage or disadvantage kind of thing, so there doesn't need to be special titles given to, you know, people for any reason other than just play the game and that's it. Why do those things jump around like that? Okay. Where the heck is the Cheers class now? Damn it, I was so close to it too, but I guess I was. Viaduct entrance. I mean, this is close to the, let's say, the front of the school. So we go further in. It's kind of dark and spooky there when you first start looking down at it. Central Hall. Now, this is a different one than the fountain I was at before. Once you get familiarized with where every... Yeah, this is our punishment for being late and missing, like, the... Missing the, what do you call it? Like, like where they show you everything. Inauguration? No. Bell Tower. I feel like it was right near here at like a very high place. That's locked. Oh, I'm surprised it's stuttering even this much. Must be some kind of V-Sync weird issue. Like the graphics are still good even on this, but they're not that good that it should be causing me a problem. History of magic. Okay, so we'll go to each of these at some point, I'm sure. Or like maybe that'd be a good way to customize your character. Like based on which classes you choose to take in your syllabus, you'll be able to... Transfiguration Courtyard. We've been through here a couple times. Role-playing the feeling of getting lost on your first day of school. This is the one thing, like, oh, you go to a different grade, but the other one had one question mark, this has two, so there must be some matching game that we're playing without knowing. Like, but it's different when you, like, graduate to, you know, from middle school to high school or whatever. A lot of countries, like, this is more of a US thing, I guess. A lot of countries don't have middle school. They'll just have, like a primary school or something and then a high school. Right, so it'll go straight from low level to high level. Greenhouses. Ever played a game without a radar or a map before? I kind of love doing that, but I guess I should have been paying more attention earlier to like where I had already been while I was using it, because that's kind of cheating. But this isn't where I just was it? Because, oh, maybe it was. Maybe I just didn't think the fountain, I didn't see like the top of it. We came into here, so it would make sense that both the dark arts thing and that would be somewhere nearby. So, okay, let me go through it again. You couldn't go through the history thing too far, but there's only so many doors you can go through, and most of them are locked, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Like, maybe this would segue and lead out there, but I feel like this was just a dead end that didn't lead anywhere at all. Right, like, why would the cheers class be in here? I guess it could be. But I don't know what exactly it has to do with even. Charms? There's only 2 classes on your first day. Imagine if there really was some in-game time system. Yeah, this just seems more like a dead end. Or maybe not. I can't remember. I did just go through this. Although when I was doing it, oh shit. And it scaring myself with the fall damage. I'll have to buy a whole bunch of potions once I go to that Hogsmeade later. Or there is a school shop too that they kept mentioning in the flavor text, but I don't know exactly what the difference between them is going to be. That one sounds better, Hogsmeade. Okay, this is the way out. So nothing in the greenhouse. Okay, let me just retrace and just go in like I'm seeing it for the first time, because I keep confusing myself by thinking, you know, I know where I've been. This is going to be like the Transfiguration Courtyard again, isn't it? No, it's not. The bell tower. I feel like it might be close to here. Let's just go through every door. You can't go through there. That's locked. Gonna drive me crazy once I get an unlock spell too, because I'm gonna have to go to all these different places. Dungeons. We just saw Slytherin's dungeon. Yeah, we don't have exactly the best response to dragons. I still have PTSD from what just happened earlier. It's going to turn out that guy didn't really die, though. He's going to come back and be like the final boss of the game. Somehow. And he somehow set us on this path on purpose. It's all part of his master plan. A lot of these... Oh, you can go in one frog thing and it'll take you to the next, to the next. Like how that worked on the tower. Open this Druid Wolf Cape. I imagine some of these are going to start having stats on them and actually be good. Yeah, who needs an open world when you just have an open building? Just exploring the school will literally be like a whole game in and of itself. Imagine writing 7 books that take place in one general setting. Or at least that's the impression that I got from it. Right, like that's always what I think about. Oh yeah, they're in Hogwarts again, doing another crazy adventure without ever leaving the school, which I'm sure they do, but it just feels like so much of it must just take place there that it's kind of hard. So in some ways that makes it actually more impressive, right, to be so restricted and still be able to do so much with it. Or like, who's the new teacher this time who's going to turn out to be a bad guy? Oh shit, I missed that. The Hogwarts motto, Draco Dormiens Nunquam Hit Elandis, means never tickle a sleeping dragon. Fortunately, this particular sleeping dragon is made of stone and will never awaken. It may be tickled to absolute effect. To absolutely no effect. Yeah, because of course statues never come to life in this universe. We totally didn't just get killed by one. That kind of makes me feel bad too. But you can at least see that it was me just ignore. Well, but that makes it worse. Like, that's just the reason, not really an excuse. Like, I didn't do something that I should have done. I just feel like they should have introduced rolling. At least if they told me, because I kept thinking like somehow space would change to roll. Like, it could be that same old Dark Souls problem of double binding a key to, you know, its jump and its roll together. Okay, it wasn't really through there, I don't think. Look at how hard. Yeah, see, that's kind of the whole fun of it. Like, people would say, oh, you know, you just beat the game and it's over too fast. Imagine doing it like this, where you have to do everything more manually. Look at how hard it makes even a simple thing like this. This is why it's important to have options like that. Somebody out there is going to do it like this. Okay, it's not going to be through here. Although I do like that place. Some of these seem so small though. Like, they could only have like 10 students in there, 5 students at a time. Okay, what do we have here? Same thing again. So where didn't I go? I could go out to here. Should at least do one class. I can't remember. Like, I already went through so many of these places. Little water fountain. I'm always scared of water in games too because of like Red Dead, where you know what? Let's just do this class then. Fuck it.
Not sure he's in at the present moment, the headmaster. Would be sure to tell him how very much you despise him.
Gargoyle. Ooh, what is that? This painting depicts young orphan wizard Ilias, who famously saved his entire village from an army of Dementors and the dark wizard Raxidian by conjuring a mouse Patronus. Painting of Ilias. Mess around with these statues. What's the point if you have to use magic on it? You could theoretically do that with anything then. I still don't necessarily know where it is. Pungent passage. Now, in before this is poisonous and just kills me. How would I supposed to be aware of that? It just won't even warn me or anything, though. You're just not supposed to explore so much.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
Okay, she keeps saying the same thing over and over. Although they probably don't expect you to do all this at once, but at least you can. That really is there just for the heck of it. It doesn't actually do any damage or anything to you. Where is the actual thing? At least we're in the right general thing of it. So let's meet the final boss of the game. The dark arts teacher, I'm sure. Defense against the dark arts classroom. It'll at least say it like that, but I guess I would have looked at that. Well, that's at least important to say, because now you know not to go there if you want to keep looking around. It might be a while before they actually introduce some proper nice little camera system, before they introduce actually free roam and exploring the whole outer area.